Christian FM.
Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Countdown to Kickoff. Presented by Caps Pizza.
3, 2, 1.
Get ready for Vero football. Christian FM Sports brings you the insights into the Fighting Indians with Matt Paris, Bobby Paris, Derek West, Gary Paris. Now, the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
We are live from Pahokee, Florida, home of Pahokee High School, and we're at Anquan Bolden Stadium. It's week 9. Vero is on the road to face Pahokee for a non-district ball game. Hey, Vero Nation, welcome to Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Caps Pizza. Well, last Friday, what could have been a soggy night turned into a great night for Vero football. A fighter jet flyover sparked a high-flying offense that scored 4 touchdowns in the first quarter. We witnessed offensive tackle Champ Smith score not 1, but 2 rushing touchdowns. The Indians took care of Rockledge 42-7 and celebrated all weekend for homecoming night. Pahokee is a name that says fast, athletic football. However, the last several seasons have not been Pahokee-like football. But Coach Lamons has brought the Pahokee swag back, and the Blue Devils are 6-1 and have some very talented players. This has the makings of a good football game. We got 30 minutes before we get to kickoff in this shortened pregame show, so not a lot of time, so let's get right to it. Matt Paris is standing by with our head coach, Lenny Janowski, to talk about last week's win and getting set for tonight's very important road game against the Blue Devils. Matt?
Well, thanks, Paul. Well, Coach Jay, first, congratulations on last week's win over Rockledge. Boy, I tell you what, your offense really looks sharp. But can you do this? Can you tell us about your new 315-pound running back?
Yeah, thanks. It was a good game, and you know, I thought we played well in all 3 phases. But the running back thing, And I know it may appear to be, you know, a novelty or a reward or whatever, however anyone would look at that as far as putting Big Champ back there in the backfield. But as I told him when we, you know, originally put the formation in, and I've run that formation for a long time. I actually got it from a guy who recently passed that I had an opportunity to coach with, Chuck Brady, and we were looking for a short yardage formation, and so he had been a head coach for a long time up in New York, and he was down here in Florida, and he gave me that little formation. I think I've been using it ever since, and so you know, our fans have seen that, you know, in years past. We haven't broke it out this year yet, and part of the reason was I didn't really know what I was going to do for a power back, and another friend of mine, Coach Versillo, who got me into high school coaching, he'll send me messages, you know, usually you know, once or twice a week, or you know, he'll have an idea, and he's very good at all those kinds of things. And he mentioned, he said, I'd love to see Big Champ in a short yardage. He's such a good athlete, you know, and so I agreed, and we started working it, and obviously you take an offensive lineman, you say, hey, what do you think about carrying the ball? And his eyes light up, and so he was really excited, and so, but I told him, I said, when we do it, it's not going to be a novelty. It's not a gimmick. It may some may look at it that way, but I mean, it's going to give us an advantage because you're a good athlete. I wouldn't want to have to tackle you, and we're going to run behind some other big guys, you know, and so that won't be the only time that you'll see that formation. That was the first time, but it won't be the only time, and so far 2 for 2.
It was neat. In the one touchdown, I think he jumped over a guy and ended up getting us like 5 or 6 yards. So, yeah, you talk about an athlete, and that Champ Smith, he's definitely. Well, Coach, talk to me about the rest of that O-line. I thought they had a great game, and specifically Romeo Vargas, at least saw him on one play, 20 yards downfield, getting a pancake.
Yeah, I thought our O-line was played very, very well, and you know, Romeo specifically on just finishing blocks, staying on blocks. That's been a point of emphasis with our O-line coaches, Coach Willis, Coach DeLuke. Those guys, you know, surely put a point of emphasis on our offensive line, just staying with blocks and finishing blocks. I mean, I think if we were to be overly critical early on in the season, we were making good initial contact and guys were getting off, and where you may see a 5 or 6 yard gain, if we're staying on blocks and finishing the way we're capable of, then those are bigger gains and more explosive plays. So all that being said, yeah, I think Romeo had a couple of those. Big Corbin, I saw him downfield multiple times working. Obviously, Big Champ's always going to get it done. I thought it was, Eli Rojas is playing one of his better. He had one of his better games. Quentin Dames, those guys are all getting after it and playing really well. And I thought our receivers did a good job blocking down the field and doing that on the perimeter and staying with blocks. So I think overall as a whole, staying on blocks, being a point of emphasis, I think it showed Friday night.
Coach, one of your receivers, Zay Stinson, had a great game as well, and I love your offense. Sometimes these guys are going to get balls thrown to them, and sometimes they don't, but they stay unselfish, and then when their time comes to shine, they do, and it was Zay's night.
Yeah, Zay had 7 catches for over 100 yards, obviously the 2 touchdowns, and some of his more impressive plays were the plays when the ball were not in his hands, and as you mentioned, he's blocking, he's working hard, they're playing unselfish, and I think you have to do that as a group because you guys have watched our offense enough to know that it's going to fly around to different places, and it's not necessarily going to be the same guy each and every week, and so I think EJ's doing a great job of making everybody around him better. And I think that's the key to the quarterback position is if you can elevate everybody's game around you. And I think that's what we're seeing here lately is that, as EJ has become more comfortable, at the position, that all these guys, their games are elevating. We're talking about offensive linemen, we're talking about receivers, and then I'm sure at some point we'll get to EJ. But it's a big part of that position. It's almost like the point guard of a basketball team. Just making sure that everybody around them is playing to their ability or better.
Well, that's Coach Jay. I'm Dr. Matt. We'll be right back.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy, to country fried steak and eggs, to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Christian FM thanks SOS Pest Services, who know that Florida's warm climate means pests of all types, disrupting our comfort and lifestyle. When it's time to sound the alarm, SOS will send their technicians to promptly deal with the problem, so no more worries about unwanted guests. SOS Pest has a range of services tailored to meet individual needs, serving Orchid, Indian River Shores, North Hutchinson Island, and surrounding areas. Owned and managed by lifetime local pros. Online at sospestservices.com or 772-296-2966.
The McCall Agency, Inc. owner is a fourth-generation Vero Beach resident and big supporter of the community and the Fighting Indians. The McCall Agency, Inc. is an independent agency and broker whose motto is securing your future one policy at a time. To learn more about personal, commercial, life, or health insurance services, Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856 or McCallAgencyInc.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back. Well, Coach Jay, last week you guys won 42-7 over Rockledge. Another stellar defensive effort. What would you say stood out about your defense last week?
I think that we continue to play really fast on defense, or faster than we had the previous week. I think we're tackling better. I think we're, our overall, approach. I think that the guys are getting calls quicker, more comfortable, and I think that's how it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to look. Here we're heading into game 8 tonight, and so, coming into game 7, you should have a better feel for, the combinations of 11 that you throw out there and situational football. I think early in the season we talked about, getting better on third down, or those money downs, third and fourth downs, and I think that is something that we continue to do better with. And I think just we talked about unselfish play on offense. I think we're getting some unselfish play on defense. I think we're playing good team defense. Guys are playing their responsibility. As I mentioned, getting more comfortable, one guy not having to make sure another guy knows what to do. And when everybody's on the same page, obviously, you're gonna be in better shape. And so, overall, I'm just pleased. I think our coaches have put together, great game plans. I think our players are executing them well, and they look like they're having fun doing it.
Yeah, Coach, it looks like, our base is a 3-3, looks like, or at least definitely a 3 front. But, man, when they start bringing the house with different guys, it looks like they're more comfortable coming from wherever, whether it's a cornerback blitz or it's a linebacker stepping up. But it's really neat to see what's going on with Bill Motta's defense.
Yeah, Coach always, is gonna put a great game plan together, and our players, I think, as you mentioned, they're becoming more and more comfortable with the ins and outs, the details of the defense, and comfortable with their position. I think when you put all this together, you throw it all at the wall and you see what sticks, and you see what you do well, or you see what you do best, and sometimes you need a few games under your belt, especially against the type of competition that we've played this season. You need to be tested to see what it is that you do well, and maybe where it is that you need some improvement. And I think, we've steady worked at all that stuff. We've had great practices. The Monday through Thursday piece has always been, on a improving each and every week. And again, we had another week this week where I felt like, that Monday through Thursday is going to give us a chance tonight. And so as long as you're doing that and it appears that your players are enjoying it and still working really hard at it, I think it's a good recipe for, the final product.
It certainly is. Well, that's Coach Jay. We'll be right back listening to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
Linus Cadillac Buick GMC of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac Buick GMC fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2, late model pre-owned vehicles to 1401 Highway 1, Vero Beach, LinusCadillac.com. Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizzas, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277, or capspizzamenu.com.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Matt Paris here with Coach Lenny Janowski. Well, you are a coach, but you're also the athletic director here at Vero Beach High School. I'd like to have you switch hats here for a moment and give us an update on how the fall sports are doing and look into some of the winter sports.
Yeah, so I should start by just saying and complimenting our coaches of the fall season. I'm always when I get a chance to reflect on it, I'm just super appreciative, first off, of our coaches and just very proud of, the work that they put in, their expertise, the type of people they are. Starting with volleyball, our volleyball team has had a great season. Coach Heather Magelson does an incredible job. We've got some very, very talented girls, and they're great on and off the court, and in the classroom, some of the highest GPAs on campus, and had their district tournament this week. And so just one of the top ranked teams in the state, and we'll have an opportunity to advance to the state playoffs. And so just always fun to watch. And that's our volleyball team. And then also in the fall, we've got boys and girls cross country. And so Solana Morris coaches both of those. And we've got some very talented distance runners that oftentimes will do cross country in the fall and then carry over to track in the spring. And so that's a challenging sport because a lot of their cross country meets take place on Saturday mornings. So they do all their training during the week, and then early Saturday mornings they go out and do all the things that people our age can't stand to do, and they did that distance running. So anyway, they get to do that, and then we've got Coach Holly McLean that does our swimming and diving team, and both the boys and girls. And again, you talk about some challenges, having to practice at different different places, and we've had a couple swim meets up at North County, and but not again, she does a great job and has done it for a number of years here at Vero Beach High School. We're very, very appreciative of her and the talented swimmers that we have, both on the male and female side of things. We've got, believe it or not, we've got boys and girls bowling, and Jeremy Pohl coaches our bowling team, and that's a fall sport, and he does a great job. He rallies the troops here at Vero Beach High School to get them out there to the bowling alley, and they start districts next week. So very appreciative of Coach Pohl. Not in addition to being an excellent bowling coach, he's one of our better teachers here on campus, and so kids love him, and he gets them out there at the bowling alley. And then we've got boys and girls golf, and I think our golf programs are pretty storied programs. We've got some of the a couple of the best golf guys that you could ask for. We've got Roger Van Dyke that coaches the girls team, and Roger's been involved with youth golf here. He just everybody knows Roger, and he's not afraid to get out there, and he's a huge Vero Beach High School fan, and then to have him as our girls golf coach, he really does a great job. And then of course Bella Nagy does the boys, and Bella's the pro at Sandridge, and so I don't think you could ask for a better guy to head up your boys program, and goodness, our golfers get opportunities to practice at some of, obviously here in Vero we've got some of the best courses, and they get an opportunity to practice and play at some of these great courses, and it's just a really cool thing to see. So very proud of our fall programs. They'll all be in the district, regional, and state playoffs here soon, and looking forward to, in addition to being an athletic director, I'm a huge fan of our student athletes, and of course our coaches, so it'll be a fun time.
Well, that's athletic director Lenny Janowski bragging about his fall sports. We got a game tonight against Pahokee. We're going to get Coach's thoughts when we return. We'll be right back.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Caps Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. I'm Dr. Matt, along with Coach Lenny Janowski. Coach, we got Pahokee tonight, a historic team that's always got tremendous athletes. What can you tell us about them, and what do they do well?
I think the thing that pops on film is when you put it in, it looks like a Pahokee team's supposed to look, I guess, is probably the best way for me to describe it. And obviously we haven't played them since 2018 here at Vero, and there was a time when I was at another school where I played them pretty regular, and so I'm fairly familiar with Pahokee. My uncle coached out there during the Anquan Bolden years, so obviously, as you mentioned, they're a storied program, but in high school football, things are cyclical, and there's ups and downs. So there was a stretch maybe where at least from what I had heard, that maybe it wasn't the Pahokee of old, and I think now what you're seeing is, at least what it appears on film, is what what you think of when you see a Pahokee football team. They've got very good team speed. They've got a quarterback that can rip it. They've got a running back that couple backs, but specifically number 2, that if he gets a crease, he's you're going to have to look at the back of his jersey, and they've got a couple deep threats. Defensively, they fly to the football. This number 8 is a really, really good player. So they're just good. They're very, and I think sometimes when teams are talented, the perception is, well, maybe they're not, well coached or this or that. And I think when you look at this, what pops at me is they're a well coached football team. In all 3 phases, they do some different things on defense that are going to cause any offense a hard time. Offensively, they're very multiple. They'll get under center and run with 2 backs and pound the ball. They'll get they'll go 4 and 5 wide and spread you out, and they're good in the screen game. They'll go up top. They run good combination routes. So I think they've got good linemen. So I think when you say, okay, well, what is about them? I think everything's good. They're a good football team, a well-coached football team, and I think that we're getting ready to play in this hostile environment. So it has the makings for a great Friday night. So really looking forward to it. I know we've got some challenges. I hope they feel the same way, and I think it's got the makings of a great game.
Coach, it is a road game. Is there anything special you tell your players before you get on the bus, after you get off the bus, anything that you tell them?
Yeah, one thing is to make sure that they grab their right and their left cleat, because if they don't do that, then we have problems. But you got it's equipment checks are important, but I think when you get away from that stuff, it's just focus on the things that we can control. And you're going to face adversity in a game, especially on the road. It's unpredictable. There's going to be some form of adversity. And I think that when you're able to respond the right way to adversity, then you've got something special. And I think tonight we can count on facing something that we didn't expect to go our way, some way, shape, or form, and how we respond to that is going to be and could be the difference in the game.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate you sitting down with us. We'll let you get to the players. We'll be right back. We're getting closer to kickoff on your Christian FM.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indians sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Hi, Vero Beach. I'm Frank Storer from Tom Collins Insurance. Born and raised right here in a former Fighting Indian, I'm very proud to support this team and this great community. Tom Collins Insurance has been locally owned and operated right here since 1989. We are Vero. For all your insurance needs, my number is 772-778-9222. Go Indians!
Molinari Pools is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or molinaripools.com.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Summers in Florida mean hot weather with lots of rain. Having gutters that work well is a must for most homes. Thanks to Able Gutter Services for their partnership. They provide premium products crafted to ensure customer satisfaction while protecting from water damage and maintaining structural integrity. Able Gutter Services in Indian River, St. Lucie, and Brevard County. Their number is 772-766-2554.
Well, hey there, Vero Nation. Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris, and we welcome you inside our makeshift. We're outside tonight. It's going to be a fun night here, football, but welcome you into our Game Day Men's Health of Vero Beach broadcast booth area here tonight as we get set for this matchup tonight between Pahokee and Vero Beach. We are on the Blue Devils turf here tonight, Gary, and we expect this to be a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be a big fight, a dogfight, like one of those you see and expect when you have a big, two good teams come together. This team is out of Pahokee. They got skilled athletes. They're 6-1. They got a great coaching staff. They've got some talent out here. They got a quarterback, Xavier Mitchell, that is just top-notch. He has passed for almost 1,200 yards, and he's run for about 300 or 400 yards, and they're led by Sam Arnold, the running back, that's almost got 1,000 yards of rushing in. So, hey, this would be a great challenge for the Fighting Indians, and we'll look at it as how do we put it as a barometer. We're measuring ourselves now with this being the 7th game of the season to let us know how we're coming along.
Absolutely, and Vero Beach obviously on a great roll this season, haven't lost a game, but they got a tough test tonight with Pahokee. They got a defense, Gary, that's got a couple of really stud defenders, and that offensive line's got a challenge.
They do. They play very aggressive. They listen, these guys have fun. You watch the film on them, they're very good, they're very athletic team, and they got speed. They may be a small school. They're a rural school. But don't let that fool you. There's a lot of great athletes. We were naming a whole bunch of them as we were driving over here that played in college football, that played in the pro football, was these young men from Pahokee over here throughout the years. And I always remember the one, since I'm a Seminole, Antoine Bolton, that he played down here, and such a great athlete. And man, that guy's a Hall of Famer, and he's from this area.
Well, it's going to be a fun night of football. We're going to step aside, get set for the opening kickoff here tonight between Pahokee and your Vero Beach Fighting Indians. We'll be back with more right after this.
Linus Cadillac Buick GMC of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac Buick GMC fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2, late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1, Vero Beach, LinusCadillac.com.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Fighting Indians Football.
Keeper by EJ. EJ off the right side. Push forward and touchdown. EJ White. He's got Hillsman wide open at the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 10-5. Shakes a tackle. Touchdown, Jonathan Hillsman. White again looking to throw. He's got Stinson who's got a step. And Stinson's got it for the touchdown. EJ, high snap, brings it in. He's going to let it go towards the end zone. It's caught! Jordan Crutchfield. He caught it. Touchdown, Jordan Crutchfield. How about that?
This is Fighting Indians Football. Here's the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Live from Pahokee High School and Bolden Stadium, it is Fighting Indians football. The Pahokee Blue Devils taking on your Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Week 9 of high school football, and the Friday night lights are on, and it is game time. Hey, Vero Nation, along with Gary Parris, I'm Paul Tipton, and we welcome you to Fighting Indians football. Proud to bring you our 29th season of Indians football, and it is presented by Cafe 66. Derek and Matt on the sidelines. Rocky here with stats tonight. Stephen Tipton, our producer. And we got all of our crew here tonight in the Pahokee area here tonight as Vero Beach set to take on the Blue Devils. Vero Beach won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. So we'll get a chance to see the Vero defense here in just a moment as Vero Beach coming in here now 7-0 on the season with a win last week over Rockledge 42-7. The Indians defensively, only giving up around 14 points a game, scoring about around 35 to 36 points a game. And it's almost a mirror image when you talk about the Pahokee Blue Devils, who do just about the same thing. Now, they've lost one game, and so they come in here 6-1. But this is a very tough Pahokee team, and if you've been a high school football fan for many years, you know the legacy of Pahokee football. It's been a few seasons since they've had a good squad, but they're back to the swag of Pahokee football as we get this game underway. And that ball is going to be kicked into the end zone. It will go to the 20 for a touchback, GP.
Yeah, good kick. Way to kick it. That's a good start for them, is to be able to get – and there's a good wind coming out of the – I believe that's the north to the south, and it's, again, into the end zone. It's the way we started. And now we get a chance to see our defense. We will be without I'm trying to remember who we were going to be without.
On defense?
Yes.
Is that Tristan Davis? Or?
No, how about number 7?
Oh, we're going to be out with Crutchfield.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember the number. I was trying to look up my notes who was out, and it was, Crutchfield.
All right, so the Blue Devils get started from their own 20-yard line, and Xavier Mitchell at quarterback's got 2 backs in the backfield and a 3-receiver package with 1 receiver now in motion to the right side. Arnold's going to go in motion out of the backfield. It's going to be a handoff up the gut, be a gain of about 2 yards on the play.
Arnold coming in, we talked about him as a running back. He had 104 carries, 958 yards, Paul, averaging 9.2 yards a carry.
I'll give him a 2-yard gain on that play. It's 2nd down and 8 now for Pahokee.
Ball carries for 2 yards. Brings up 2nd down, 8 for the Blue Devils.
Vero defense will have 4 down linemen here on this 2nd and 8 play. 3 receivers set up to the left side, a single on the right. Flag is down as the play underway. Catch by Foreman. We'll check the penalty here. I believe this might be maybe a motion against Pahokee. It'll be a false start.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking immediately, that it may have been a false start on their two people in motion at the same time.
So instead of about a 2-yard gain, they're going to lose yardage on this penalty and set up a 2nd down and 13.
I think they'll decline it. I think I would
think
decline.
So?
Yeah, it'd be 3rd down and 8. That's what I would do. I mean, that would be my thought.
Yeah, and indeed you're right. As the penalty is declined, the result of the play, I think, was a no gain, and it'll be 3rd down and 8 now for Pahokee. So the Blue Devils will line up with a very tight formation here. 1 back in the backfield. Arnold's going to go in motion.
Oh, there's a movement there.
Mitchell, pressure coming. Ball's out of the ground. Scramble. Reed's there in the end zone. Recover for the touchdown. Wow. How about that play?
Yeah, how about the sack coming off the outside by the safety on that play. And McCallaghy, this wind blowing in my phone. Malachi Reed, who was our player of the game this past week, just recovered the sack fumble in the end zone. The Indians get a break on defense.
So a strip sack in the backfield, and it is a recovery in the end zone on the fumble. And the Indians, with the defense, a takeaway and a score.
Unbelievable. Great blitz from the outside. Indians are trying to get all their people on the field here.
Yeah, I don't think that special teams was not expecting to kick an extra point at this stage of the game. Swanson getting set for the PAT. Banshoff set to hold. Snap a little high. Banshoff gets it down. The kick is up. And it is good. How about that for Vero, taking the early 7-0 lead.
37 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians postgame show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Vero Beach with a strip sack. Fumble recovery in the end zone by Malachi Reed. Takes the 7-0 lead as the Indians kick off deep into the end zone. Almost 9 to 10 yards deep by Swanson. And it'll be a touchback. And Pahokee again starts from their own 20-yard line. How about lightning in a bottle, GP?
Absolutely. How about Haywood? Jaden Haywood, we're being told by the guys on the sideline, made that sack. I saw it come from the outside. I just couldn't see when he twisted number one down, but he strip sacked it, and Malachi Reed picked it up and picked it up in the end zone, or recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. Defense doing their job early.
Haywood gets his second sack of the season. Malachi Reed gets the fumble recovery for the score, and it's 7-0. Blue Devils start from their own 20, 1st and 10, down by a touchdown. Handoff, trying to go to the left edge, and Vero Beach covering it up well.
I tell you what a great job by him. He didn't make the tackle, but Lance Stone, the linebacker, come across the edge, forced the running back to cut back into the defensive linemen that are in there now. But that's a great job by Lance Stone holding the edge and making the running back cut back into the defensive line.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. It was the carry by Sam Arnold for no gain. This time, Mitchell up under center. Turn, toss to Arnold off the right side. Arnold able to get some yardage. There is a flag down in the backfield. It will be a hold against Pahokee that will negate a good run by Arnold that got him about 6 to 7 yards.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate hold fortunate for Vero Beach and unfortunate for the Blue Devils, because they had about a 7-8 yard run, and now it's going to come back. And they're going to be behind the change. It'll be 2nd and about 20.
So Pahokee shooting themselves in the foot. Will have the ball at the 10-yard line for 2nd and 20. And for Vero Beach, couldn't ask for a much better start here with a defensive takeaway and score. And I don't know if you guys can hear the audio right now, but there's a little bit of an issue going on as the home PA announcer's asking our gentleman to not blow the horn. And of course, what is he going to do? Blow the horn. 2nd and 20, a little toss right side for Arnold, trying to get to the edge. Too much pressure there. And Arnold unable to get, but maybe about a yard out of the play.
Boy, good pursuit. And now let's say this to our audience. We cannot see that far left. It's a long way away, the press box. It's a big field, wide sidelines, track and everything. So if we hesitate, because I believe that was Malachi Reed and Hendrickson, along with Duke coming across there to make that tackle.
Well, the unit as a whole, Gary's doing a great job of just covering up and targeting Arnold right now. You can tell that has been a point of emphasis so far in practice. Now it's 3rd down and a mile. Mitchell going to swing pass for Arnold off that left side of the offense, but again, the defense there to cover it up.
Unbelievable. Great job, Lance Stone, Hendrickson. I see him there, and you had Bobby Burdick out there, and you had Jaden Haywood out there also on that play. So nowhere to go. And now they're going to be punting into a strong wind, Paul.
Indeed. Indeed they will be. Townsend and Melbourne will go back deep for Vero Beach, and they are around the Blue Devil 40 and 45-yard line. High snap, but the punt is away. It's a short one. Melbourne calling for the fair catch. Flagging will come in as there was a little bit of interference there. I don't know if the Blue Devil got blocked into him or not, Gary.
Well, you still got to you got to know where he is and move away from him. You're right. There was some contact. And I'd be honest with you, if I were an official, I'd talk it over because he did get knocked in. If he would have fumbled the ball, then it would have been a different story. But on this, they call him the flag. It would be if it's a personal foul, that moves the ball up 15 yards.
All right, well, we'll wait to see what the penalty is. And with a moment here, maybe we'll get a chance to check in with the guys.
Oh, they're calling a holding call against Vero.
Oh, okay. So that'll back Vero Beach up. I don't know, Derek, we didn't get a chance in pregame to really talk about anything, but wow, what a good start by that Vero defense.
You know, you come in, players and their athletes, and you kind of get worried. And last week, on Thursday of yesterday, we're talking about guys, gap integrity is going to be really important. Setting the edge is going to be really important. And you saw that particularly on the first and the second drive, coming with that safety blitz down there that we came with, and as well as setting the edge and forcing a 3-and-out. So some really good gap integrity by our team so far.
Vero Beach going to get the ball at the plus side on the 45. Melbourne going to go in motion as we got a 2-receiver set on the right side. Handoff's going to go underneath for Hillsman, and Hillsman able to bully his way through a couple of defenders for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the penalty. It was a nice little trick play there that we got a little action, but it was a holding against us. But I would have thought there would have been a penalty for running into the fair catcher, but apparently not.
A little bit of tempo now. Vero going to set up 2-by-2 setup on receivers. Swing pass. And Jonathan Hillsman could not bring that one in. It'll fall incomplete. Now you're looking at 3rd down and 7.
My awe was they had a wall set up out there for him on that little swing pass. They had Jacobs out there. They had another one of the receivers out there, Woods, and they had a lineman. They had a nice wall out there for him on that little swing pass.
All right, so Vero Beach going to line up trips to the left side on 3rd and 7. Single receiver on the right side. One back in the backfield. Here comes Melbourne in motion to the right side.
Oh, they jumped.
Movement.
Yeah, they jumped.
Flag is on the Pahokee side. Looks like they may get called for offsides.
Now they're saying against Vero Beach. Now they're marking it. Okay.
They threw the flag on that side.
I did, but it looked like he started to walk toward Vero, and here it is. Now it brings it up, and it's a short 3rd down.
Now you're looking at 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Vero Beach going to go on the right side. Check this out, folks. You got tight formation on the right side with the receivers and one receiver wide left. Handoff, Hillsman. Hillsman looking for some blocks and pushes his way. What a nice little bulldozer move by that line to get Jonathan Hillsman a good 5 yards.
Yeah, that's good. Good surge that time by that offensive line. They did a really, really good job of getting everybody off the ball. That's Eli Rojas on that side, Quentin Dames, Corbin Phillips, Champ Smith, and Romeo Vargas. That's that offensive line.
And that's a 1st down, brought to you by Frank Stewart, Tom Collins Insurance. Twin receivers on either side for 1st and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. 6:38 here in the first quarter. Keeper by White. Couldn't tell if that was a design or a busted play there, GP.
It was a busted play. They got great penetration across there. Apparently the center did not pick up his guy or so, but they were in the backfield, and we're lucky we got a yard out of that play because they made contact in the backfield.
Pick up a yard, 2nd and 1. This time 3 receivers to the left, single on the right. And E.J. White waiting for the snap, and now we're going to get a false start and back us up 5 yards.
Well, here's your problem. Here's your problem sometimes, Paul. You get those big linemen up there, and they see how fast those guys are across from them. They're wanting to move. They want to get out of that stance as fast as they can. And the longer you take sometimes, it gets them a little antsy and on that play. So they lost 5 yards.
Timeout on the field for a water break. We'll step aside at 6:03 here in the first quarter. Vero leads 7-0.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Molinari Pools.
Welcome back here to Pahokee High School. Here tonight, it's week 9 of high school football, and Vero Beach on the road to take on the Blue Devils. A defensive score by the Fighting Indians puts us up 7-0 at 6:03 here in the first quarter. Vero Beach with their first offensive possession of the night. Started from the plus side on the 45. Right now, after a penalty, backed up to the 35 on a 3rd down and long play for Vero. White's looking to throw. Slant inside is caught, turning it upfield to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Jarvis Jacobs.
Wow, what a throw by EJ. Just a slant route. He goes down about 7-8 yards, slants toward the middle of the field. That ball was thrown on the number. Vargas had his speed. He just blew by everybody, and just like that, the Indians now have their 2nd touchdown.
What a catch and run by Jarvis Jacobs. And Jarvis gets his first touchdown of the season with his 17th catch of the year. Swanson with the extra point is up, and it is no good. He pushed it wide right, so Vero Beach goes 13-0.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indian sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
Christian FM thanks SOS Pest Services, who know that Florida's warm climate means pests of all types, disrupting our comfort and lifestyle. When it's time to sound the alarm, SOS will send their technicians to promptly deal with the problem, so no more worries about unwanted guests. SOS Pest has a range of services tailored to meet individual needs, serving Orchid, Indian River Shores, North Hutchinson Island, and surrounding areas. Owned and managed by lifetime local pros. Online at sospestservices.com or 772-296-2966.
Well, Vero Beach gets into the end zone on the offensive side, but a missed extra point. It's 13-0 as Swanson's going to kick this one off deep into the end zone. 5 plays, 45 yards, and a 34-yard catch by Jarvis Jacobs. And Vero Beach leading 13-0. Now Pahokee gets the ball back at their 20 again after the touchback. So far, Gary, 7 plays offensively for Pahokee for a total of -9 yards.
Defense is doing a good job. I want to compliment that offensive line that allowed the time to set up and throw that slant out there on a stunt play. They were running a blitz stunt, and they picked it up. That's Rojas at left tackle, Mason at left guard, Phillips at center, Champ is at right guard, and now Vargas is at right tackle. So we got all those changes, and they did a good job.
I'm glad you got all those changes.
Yeah.
First down and 10 now for the Blue Devils, who find themselves down 13-0 to the Fighting Indians with 5:39 remaining in the first quarter. Blue Devils start from their 20 again. Vero looking like they're going to bring pressure with 5 down linemen. Play action. Mitchell looking to throw, trying to see if he can get his receiver who's got a step. It's caught, and they're going for a big explosive play. Touchdown, Devils. And that is number 15.
That's Lawrence, Antonio Lawrence.
Antonio Lawrence gets his 9th catch of the year and his 2nd touchdown of the season with a 80-yard catch.
Well, I tell you what, that was one heck of a throw into the wind. one heck of a throw, and that ball just dropped right down in his hands. Beautiful job by Mitchell, the quarterback, and Lawrence, the receiver, was timing. It was on a dead run. Man, you got to compliment when you see something. You don't like it, but you got to say that was a beautiful play by Pahokee.
So Roman for Pahokee will come out for the extra point. Snap, and Holder mishandled it. Now he's picking it up and trying to run. And did he get in? He did, so they get 2 points out of it. So the score now is 13 for Vero Beach, 8 for Pahokee.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com. Christian FM is supported by Caribbean Lawn and Landscaping Incorporated, providing licensed and insured services in Vero Beach since 1991. Their services include lawn care, landscape design, irrigation, pest and termite control, mosquito misting systems, and seasonal preparation. Caribbean Lawn and Landscaping takes pride in always keeping your property looking its best. 772-569-8680 or CaribbeanLawn.com.
Well, it only took one play, and it was a pass from Xavier Mitchell to Antone Lawrence. And an 80-yard catch turns it into now, and a two-point conversion, by the way, on a missed field goal try or PAT try, and it turns into 13-8 now. Pahokee right back into this ball game with a big explosive play. Blue Devils going to kick off. And it's going to be caught around the 5-yard line to the 10. Woods looking for some blocks. Woods trying to reverse his field. Woods trying to get to the edge. Looking for another block. Woods to the 15-yard line. And a lot of lateral running for Woods for not much gain.
No, that was about 100 yards to pick up 5 yards. That's all he got was about 5 yards on that kick.
Yeah, Gary, and I'll tell you what, it took one play for this Pahokee crowd to get back into this.
Well, that was we just kind of, our coverage on that one, you saw the defender really turn the wrong way, and that allowed Lawrence to get right by him, and he couldn't turn his hips, and then he tripped and fell, and he was wide open.
So Vero Beach will get the ball at their own 15-yard line. 1st and 10, still leading 13-8. 5:15 to go, first quarter. Trips to the left side. White, quick screen pass. He was looking for a wide receiver screen to Woods, but he led him just a little too far, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, again, he had 3 blockers out there, and he has not been able to complete that pass. That was that was just an inerrant thrown there on that one.
So Vero Beach will have 2nd and 10 from their own 15.
But it doesn't take but one big play.
Indeed it does. This time they're going to set up 3 receivers on the right. Now Melbourne's going to go in motion. Roll to the right, fire. Was looking for Jarvis Jacobs. It's incomplete. Now 3rd down and 10.
They better wake up. They're in a ball game right now. That was like a rollout to the right, and the guy was running a deep stick route, and the ball was just thrown away from him or high. I don't know if he even got his head around quick enough, but it's incomplete.
3rd and 10. Vero at their own 15. A 2-by-2 setup for receivers. One back in the backfield. White spins around, looking to set up a little pass to Hillsman. Hillsman looking for some blockers. Hillsman pushing his way, and Hillsman, I believe, gets enough for a first down and does.
He does, in my opinion. What a great job blocking by Xavier Stinson. Does a fantastic job. He not only blocked this guy, he blocked him out of into the sideline and got away, and allowed him to get right in behind him, the running back, Hillsman. There's a big play right there. When you get 3rd and long first down.
Great call to move the chains. Another is Tom Collins Insurance and Frank Stawara for your insurance needs. Now 1st and 10. White takes the snap, looking to run off the left side. White shakes off a couple of tackles, and White, a good 9. Almost, yeah, he got a first down. Another one there.
Yeah, another one of your Frank Stawara, buddy. He's a good man for Tom Collins. Can I say it? Frank Stawara.
You just did.
Yeah, just did. There you go. That was right away, one play. I was helping you while you got a drink of water.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I like how you're looking out for me there.
Yeah. Oh, there was a penalty.
Oh, the penalty. See, you spoke too soon.
Yeah, I
See?
did.
That's a rookie mistake right there, Gary.
There's got to be a holding call. I don't know who they called it on, but it was a holding call there on the play.
So back that one up. And whistle's going to stop. Timeout's going to be taken by Pahokee here. We got 4:42 here in the first quarter. Vero's leading 13-8.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians postgame show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Pahokee Blue Devils took a timeout here to talk some things over at 4:42 first quarter. It's a 13-8 lead for Vero Beach. And Vero had a first down play by White with his legs, but a penalty has moved us back. So now we're looking at a 1st and 15. Twin receivers on either side. White, a quick look to the sideline to see if we're going to call a different play. EJ looking to throw. He's got a man, he's got a step. Haas is there, and it's caught. What a great catch by Woods.
Wow, he does a great job. That was set up by a good job of the line, offensive line on the protection. Woods gives him a little shake to the outside, then he runs a kind of a fade to the outside, and he gets that ball right over his shoulder on that play.
Well, that's a first down for Vero Beach, thanks to Frank Stawara at Tom Collins Insurance. Coverage on the field and off. Another quick play off to the left side. We'll pick up about 2 to 3.
That was Jarvis Jacobs on that catch, and just a quick throw to the outside. Trying to get a little tempo, trying to get a little rhythm going here with their offense. And but what a nice throw to Jacobs by to EJ on that pass.
Ball sitting at the 47. It'll 2nd down and 8. Twin receivers on either side. Hillsman in the backfield. Pretty crowded around that line of scrimmage defensively. One safety back deep. Play action and keeper by White off the right side. And EJ shaking off some tackles. Spins out of a move. Trying to turn on the Jets. Flag is down. EJ down inside the 10-yard line.
They're going to call holding probably against Vero Beach downfield. But it'll.
Tackle made by Zachary Mitchell.
Yeah, we'll wait and see here. The flag is sitting right around the 30-yard line, and it is against Vero Beach.
Against the Indians.
So that'll put the Indians right about around the 40-yard line of Pahokee.
I think they still got a first down. I think it's close to a first down.
It'll be close. I think it might be just shy of the marker. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Where the flag was thrown, I was looking at it, but it's so now it's 2nd.
So another a good run by EJ there, Gary.
Absolutely. He faked it like he was going to the outside, cuts back across, and he was able to pick up about about 25 or 20 yards or so on that play, but he got called back.
So it'll set up a second down and short. Apparently they've got some issue over there with the chain, trying to get that sorted out. So we got a momentary pause here in action at 3:13 in the first quarter. Vero Beach started things off with on the third play, Pahokee had it at their 20, and Hayward comes in, hits the quarterback, Mitchell. He loses the ball. It rolls into the end zone, and Malachi Reed covers it, and Vero goes up 7-0. Pahokee punts on their next possession, and then Vero Beach with short yardage goes 5 plays, 45 yards, and Jarvis Jacobs gets us up to 13. Now 2nd and 2 for the Indians. White's looking to throw, looking for a receiver. It's caught by Woods. Woods trying to turn it upfield. He'll have the first down and about 3 more yards.
Well, that was designed to be a quick out on that throw. The problem was there was a lot of blue shirts on that outside. He wisely cuts back inside and gets the first down.
Vero will get to the line quickly here. The ball at the 36. EJ trying to set up another screen, this time for Stinson. Stinson's got some blocks, turns it up, and he'll go inside the 20-yard line, and that puts us in the red zone. A Hummingbird Care Services red zone alert.
Beautiful screen set up that time. Good job by Marcus Melbourne blocking out there and helping him on that play.
From the 19, first down and 10. Trips on the right side. Keeper by White, looking for some blocks. Turns it upfield, and he'll get to the 10-yard line and another first down.
That is just hard running. I tell you what, they have not had a chance. You see the tempo right there. He gets up there real quick, snaps his hands. They had their heads looking around, and he got a 9-yard run.
Half a yard shy. It's 2nd down and short. Another keeper. White off the right side. This time it is a first down as he gets to the 5. 1st and goal.
Yeah, he just knew what he needed, and you just lower your shoulder. He's having one of those fantastic years as an athlete there. He came in with 559 yards rushing at this night's game, and he's added a few more to it tonight.
Yes, he certainly has. Clock's at 1:13 and counting in the first quarter. Vero 1st and goal from the 5. 3 receivers set up left side. White. Handoff Hillsman. Hillsman stutter step, pushes towards the goal line. And they're going to call him short. Thought he might have got in there.
I think the official in the end zone thought he might have gotten there too. He can't call it though. It's got to come from the guys to the outside.
43 seconds before the end of the first quarter. Vero on 2nd and goal from the 1-inch line. Another handoff for Hillsman. Jonathan, this side, it is a touchdown. 1-yard run for Jonathan.
Jonathan Hillsman came in tonight with 394 yards. Let's add a few to that. He's had 4 touchdowns. Add another one to that. He's being a really complete back coming out of the backfield. He's catching the ball well too, Paul. He's a good blocker. You see him when EJ runs, he blocks for him.
Well, Swanson will try to tack on the extra point here. Snap is there, the hold is there, and the kick is up, and
they had an offsides, I believe.
They did,
and they'll
against
decline
Pahokee.
that. Well, they can decline that, I think, because it was on the defense.
And I guess they never signaled whether it was good or not. It looked good to me, but not seeing any change on the scoreboard there. It's still showing 19-8.
Yeah.
I believe he made the extra point. It would be 20-8.
We would take the penalty if we didn't, actually.
Right.
And I'm like a statistician, Rocky says we should go think about going for 2.
I mean, certainly they would move it up. Well, we're not getting a lot of... There they go. They put 20 on the board now. So, yeah. Okay, so we're getting word now from Matt down there that they are going to re-kick this.
Well, then they get the penalty yards up. If there's a penalty, it has to be half the distance to the goal line. Why would they not move it if there wasn't a penalty?
Well, we still got 32 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
You guys try to help me out down there. If you can find out why we didn't, if it's a penalty, it should be halfway moved up. Should be between the 3 yard, it'd be yard and a half out. Who did? It was on us? There they go. They just moved it. And they're moving. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, well,
right.
We're going to see if...
now I got it. We declined the penalty, but we have to kick it again. That one doesn't make sense.
So here we go. Get set for the snap. The hold's down. The kick is up, and it's through. So now it is officially 20-8, Vero Beach on top.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Gino's Nutrition Shop carries a wide selection of safe supplements for athletes no matter their age, especially regular gym goers. I'm Gino, and we love supporting the Fighting Indians. Our supplements work for muscle recovery, hydration, focus, immunity health, along with grab-and-go meals. At Gino's Nutrition Shop in Miracle Mile, our customers are family.
Swanson's going to kick off. This one's a little bit of a low liner. Takes a couple of bounces, picked up around the 3-yard line, return to the 10. Trying to get down the sideline, 30, 40. To midfield into Vero territory and tackled around the 40-yard line. And Pahokee now looking to see if they can answer the bell here as Vero Beach took 13 plays, 85 yards. There might be a flag here. We'll check that penalty in a minute. But 13 plays, 85 yards, a 1-yard run by Jonathan Hillsman. Took us a little while to get the extra point, but we finally got it. It is now 20-8, and that scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency. Flag is down on the field at the 45-yard line of Pahokee. And they appear, and so it looks like it's going to be a blindside block on the Blue Devils, and that ball is going to get moved, I believe, back to about the 30-yard line. So that negates a good return for the Blue Devils that were into Vero territory. And they'll set up at their own 30-yard line, down 20-8. Time, Gary, for this Vero defense who came out hot. They got to get some things back together here.
Well, again, the only mistake they've made so far tonight is just a bad coverage on the outside, allowing the receiver to go untouched and by them, and a beautiful throw by their quarterback.
And Blue Devils going to have to take a timeout here.
That's, I believe, their second one.
I believe so. And I think they're down to one. One timeout remaining. You got 24 seconds before we get to the end of the first quarter. Blue Devils take the timeout here. Well, you can join Gary and I inside the press box. That is our weekly podcast where we talk about all things Vero Beach, and every once in a while we might talk about some of our favorite teams, whether it be college or pro or whatever. But you can find Inside the Press Box on wherever you get your daily podcast. Just check it out. We'd love to have you.
And you know he's having a lot of fun, folks, because Miami's number 2, and that's his team. So we have some fun on the podcast.
Did I tell you that we have a podcast called Inside the Press Box?
Yeah.
Have I talked about that yet?
Yeah.
They're playing tonight, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And they're playing some great football.
All right, so timeout by the Blue Devils. Back out on the field. First down and 10 from their own 30. Little handoff, trying to get to the edge, left side. There, lost containment. Vero flag comes in late. Ball to the 45-yard line. We'll check out the penalty.
It's going to be a holding call. The guy tried to get up, and he just pulled him right back down. That's going to be a hold. There's a couple flags.
Yeah. Well, there was after the play. There's some maybe a dead ball foul here as well.
Now, if that one back there in the back is a penalty for holding, that's the one you take.
Well, of course. You just hope we don't have a penalty against Vero and get any type of offsetting penalty. Because there was a little bit of pushing and shoving.
There's a little bit of.
Yep. Gary, you're right. Right on there. There's a holding pen. There were 2 holding penalties. We declined the first one, and we took this one. So that's going to put the ball back inside the 20-yard line, or maybe right at the 20-yard line.
Well, there's a reason why that young man got out there. We saw the holds, and he wouldn't have let our guys get out there. There was 2 of them we saw right off on our side. And that's going to be I think they're going to let the clock, well, they got to start it.
Well, they'll have to start the clock, which they just did. We got 12 seconds and counting. And I'm sure Pahokee will just let this one run out, and we'll get to the second quarter here. Vero Beach on fire right now, leading over the Blue Devils 20-8. Second quarter's coming your way. This is Fighting Indians football.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
And here we are, folks. Pahokee High School here tonight, Anquan Bolden Stadium. Paul, Gary, Derek, Matt, Rocky here tonight. Week 9 of high school football, and Vero Beach leading over the Blue Devils 20-8 as we get set to start the second quarter here at Pahokee High School. Glad to have you along, Vero Nation, as Vero Beach in week number 9 coming in here 7-0 against the 6-1 Blue Devils. It was early defensive action for Vero Beach on the first series for Pahokee. A strip sack and the ball into the end zone recovered by Malachi Reed got Vero Beach started. And Vero Beach now with 2 offensive touchdowns, one by Jarvis Jacobs and one now by Jonathan Hillsman. Vero leading 20-8. After a holding penalty, the Blue Devils are backed up. Looking at first down and 20. Mitchell, play action, pressure coming. Looked like a hold, nothing called. But Mitchell in the end has to just scramble, gets to the 15-yard line.
He was looking deep for his receiver on the left side, and I'll see if I can catch his number over there. But he was trying to go deep. He took way too much time to go across there to get it and to get that defender. To throw the ball to the defender. Vero's pressure was already there on top of him.
Yeah, there was pressure right up inside. I think Josiah Taylor might have been getting some pressure up in there, and it forced Mitchell out of the pocket. He lost yardage on the plays, and now the Blue Devils are looking at about a 2nd and 25. Trips on the left side. Mitchell again looking to throw. He winds up, lets it fly down the field, trying to get to his receiver who's well covered. And it falls incomplete. Now it's 3rd down and long for Pahokee.
Yeah, great job of protection, allowing him to throw the ball downfield. But the defenders did a great job of picking up their receivers as they came into them on that play. And I tell you, you got to love the way they're playing out there on that play right there. And again, I'm having a hard time.
It's Jarvis Jacobs that got out there in some coverage. So Jarvis scored a touchdown earlier. Now he's getting some time to play on defense.
There you go. Boy, it's hard to see those numbers on that side. We're so far away.
It's good to have help.
Yes.
3rd down and long. Two receivers on the left side, spaced way out. Now they're just going to hand off underneath, and then Vero does a great job on a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, they tried to draw play there. That's just the old-fashioned draw play, and now that's a tackle for a loss.
How about Josiah Taylor? I mean, he has just been playing well the last few weeks.
Hasn't he? Oh, my goodness, big guy like him bouncing around. You got Bobby Burbick, you got Hendrickson in there, you got Malachi Reed. You know those guys are going to do their job for you and everything like that. But you see Josiah, that's fantastic.
So Pahokee's punter standing on the goal line. And a high snap with a great athletic move just to catch it and then get a nice punt away that's caught at midfield. Townsend trying to look for an alley, and he gets bottled up, so no gain. He's stopped right where he caught the ball.
I tell you what, that was one great heck of a catch on that punt.
Yeah, the punter, goes up, one-hands it, brings it down, and punts the ball away. So Vero Beach going to start at midfield, leading 20-8. They'll get their third possession of the first half. 10:06 to go. It's a score of 20-8. Vero Beach leading the way. E.J. White coming in here. He is thrown for 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. So far, he is 7 of 10 for 103 and 1 touchdown. And that was to Jarvis Jacobs. Trips on the right side on 1st and 10. Keeper by White. Trying to turn it upfield. White will only get about 3 yards maybe on the play.
Good reaction.
And it'll bring up second down. They'll basically give him 2 yards. So 2nd and 8. We just get started here in the second quarter. Vero leading 20-8 here at Pahokee High School.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates.
On 2nd and 8. Now.
That's going to be movement against Vero Beach.
Yep, took too long.
Again, these big guys, they got to be patient, but they get antsy. When you see a guy come up, jump up at you, and he does that to draw you off, you got to be careful. You got to be patient with that and watch the ball.
So that moves us back now to a 2nd and 13. White, he's going to fire. Has a receiver underneath. Woods trying to turn it upfield, and will get almost a first down, just about a yard shy. That's Banzoff.
Yeah, Austin Banzoff runs a stick route about 6 yards, turns and looks back to the quarterback. It's a quick throw right to him. Banzoff catches it, makes a move, and he gets up close to the first down. Brings up 3rd and about a yard and a half there, but nice to see Banzoff get that play.
Yeah, sorry about that, Austin. You got your 14th catch of the season and just about got Vero Beach a first down. Turns it in a 3rd and 1. Ball at the 41-yard line of Pahokee. Woods in motion. Keeper by White. White
first down.
Lunging ahead, and he will stretch out enough for a first down.
Yeah, he did. It's a good thing he's 6'3", because he literally stretched out, as you said, to get that first down.
And that's another Fighting Indians first down. Frank Storer at Tom Collins Insurance, where protection is the smart play, and it's 1st down and 10. This time set up 3 receivers on the right side. Quick screen pass off that right side. Got some good blocks down the sideline. Stinson, he must have just stepped out. Boy, he was off to the races.
Man, oh man, could he run. Nice catch, nice throw, and it's very close to, I'm trying to see where they are. They only gave him about a 7-yard catch on that play.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Pass complete.
Wow, is he quick.
Yes, he is. And got some good blocks, too.
Yes, he did.
Second down and 3.
Ball at the 32. Indians again moving the ball as they're in Blue Devil territory at the 32 for 2nd and 3. Vero taking a long time here. White gets the snap. He's looking to go for Zay. Zay trying to get to it, but just could not turn on enough speed.
Hey, you know what? I have no problem with that play because everybody thought he was going to run, and it now brings up 3rd down. But I tell you, that ball should have a little more air under it, and he would have had a touchdown. Zay had to step on the guy. It just was a timing throw.
So to bring up 3rd and 3. White, keeper off the right side. He's got the first down. He's still on his feet. What a move. And he'll be stopped around the 25-yard line.
What he's got to do is, again, you're first down, but he needs to be careful and go down sometimes when you got it.
And that's another Fighting Indians first down brought to you by Frank Stewart at Tom Collins Insurance, your hometown coverage team, where it's 1st down and 10 at the 24. Hillsman's going to shift. Trips on the left side for the 4-receiver set. Handoff's going to go Hillsman off the left side. Hillsman with a lane. Hillsman turns it on the Jets, and he will score.
It was a run right up the middle on the right-hand side of that line, led by Champ and I'm trying to think who our right guard is. We changed them around.
David Mason.
David Mason. Thank you, Paul. We've changed them around there. I got them written down, but I got notes blowing. There's so much wind up here. They're blowing all over the place. But David Mason and those guys did a great job.
Swanson will come out to try to attack another point on the board here. Snaps there, the hold's down, the kick is up, and this one is good. It is 27-8, Vero on top.
Thanks to our partners, Vero Elite Rehab and Orthopedic Surgery in Vero Beach. Doctors Marcus Malone, Ron Robinson, and Kent Smiley love serving their patients and the community. Same-day and next-day appointments are available. More at VeroEliteOrtho.com.
Summers in Florida mean hot weather with lots of rain. Having gutters that work well is a must for most homes. Thanks to Able Gutter Services for their partnership. They provide premium products crafted to ensure customer satisfaction while protecting from water damage and maintaining structural integrity. Able Gutter Services in Indian River, St. Lucie, and Brevard County. Their number is 772-766-2554.
Well, Vero Beach gets another touchdown on the board, makes it 27-8. Let's check in with Matt.
Right now, guys, the difference in the game has been the 3rd down. Our offense is 5 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. Pahokee is 0 for 3, and on one of those, we had a sack, fumble, and a touchdown for Vero.
Well done. That was 8 plays, 50 yards, and a 24-yard run by Jonathan Hillsman to get that next touchdown run, and it is now 27-8. That scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency as Vero gets set to kick off, and this one looks like they may go with the pooch kick, and they do. High, ball's going to bounce around. It's got an opportunity. Ball is still loose. Scramble for it, and it's picked up by Pahokee. Jets are on. 40, 35. Swanson trying to get in his way and slows him down enough. Stopped around the 24-yard line of Vero Beach.
There you saw the little pooch kick. They let it hit the ground. That's a free ball. The problem was Vero didn't get it. They bounced. They got a very good bounce for them, and one of their guys was off to the races, and it took Swanson to come over the kicker to stop him. Now they got the ball in their best scoring position yet, almost in the red zone, but it's in the 23-yard line.
So that's going to set up the Blue Devils here now with great field position on this next possession. Blue Devils are down 27-8. Still got 6.5 to go in the second quarter.
Blue Devils will take over first and 10 on the Indians.
Blue Devils will make their way out to the field. Good job by Riley, though. Got in the way, slowed him down just enough, and then got some help from a couple of other coverage guys to make the tackle. So the defense now going to have to step it up here with this challenge after that kick return by the Blue Devils. First down and 10 from the 24. Toss going left side. Be a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. That time it was Willie Fitzgerald, I believe, with the carry.
Well, I'm glad you got those.
Excuse me, that was number 2. That was Sam Arnold.
Okay.
My mistake.
I couldn't see it either. I was going to just let you call it.
So second down and 8 now for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, they're going to be in 4-down territory naturally here because they're behind there. And so you look for them to be very aggressive.
Blue Devils have one receiver split out wide to the right side. 2 backs in the backfield. It's going to be a toss to the right. Looking for a pass option here. Going to let it fly down the field, and that was going to be incomplete no matter what. It was too far out of bounds.
Yeah, a little trickery play there. Good coverage over there by Jaden on that one. He did a good job of Hayward getting over there and to knock that ball away and covered his guy. Good job.
So now you're at 3rd and 8 for the Blue Devils. 5:47 left on the clock here for the second quarter. Vero's leading 27-8. We'll see what Coach Lamons is going to dial up here for Pahokee on this 3rd down and 8 play. My guess would be to see if he can get about 5 yards or so and then set himself up for a 3rd and short. Now they're going to go to the air, looking to go for the corner. And that will fall well incomplete. Boy, the Pahokee fans wanted a flag for pass interference, and there's no flag on the field.
Well, and it's not that it's an uncatchable ball. It's just that he ran into a defender and then tried to move around, and the defender pushed him back. But the ball was way overthrown.
So now, Gary, you got a 4th down and 8 for the Blue Devils. They're obviously going to go for it here.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, they have this is like and it's got to be enough for a first down.
Lawrence Lady getting on the field for the Blue Devils, lines up on the right side. Oh, and Vero Beach jumps. Give him 5 yards now. 4th and 3. That might change the play call a little bit, Gary.
Yeah, and again, I can't see the number from here who did it jump, but I'm being told the left end. I can see that.
All right, so 4th and 3. Ball sitting at the 15-yard line. Now, timeout's going to be taken by Pahokee. That has to be their last timeout, I would think, Gary.
Yeah, that's it. To me, that's the 3rd one and the last.
All right, we'll step aside. 5:40 here in the second quarter. Vero up 27-8.
Mazzarella's Auto Sales is part of a local business family and their Christian FM supporters.
I'm sales manager Mike Mazzarella, and we always strive to offer late model cars and trucks that undergo inspection and service by our high-tech mechanics. We have Jeeps, Rams, Toyotas, Hondas, commercial vehicles, and luxury vehicles. On site, we have our Spanish-speaking sales and financial advisor Diego Sainz. We also offer our virtual showroom online at mazautosales.com.
I'm Chris, Mike's brother. Our family has been serving our community since 1999.
Now on the corner, 4th Street in Old Dixie.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Sacred Alkaline Water.
Anquan Bolden Stadium is where we are tonight, home of the Pahokee Blue Devils. 5:40 left in the second quarter. 27-8 lead now for Vero Beach as the Blue Devils looking at a 4th down and 3. Trying to seize an opportunity here after a great kickoff return. And on 4th and 3, Mitchell rolling out. He gets hit from behind.
That's Malachi
Reed tracks him down for the sack.
Wow, what a great play. From the backside, he's rolling to his right. Malachi lines up opposite side of the roll and comes across there and makes that tackle for a loss and a sack.
How about that for the defense of Vero Beach? Let's go down to Derek.
Guys, how big was that stop on that kickoff by Riley Swanson right there, being able to do that and taking a team effort to really get Malachi to stop on that 4th down. Really, really big, crucial series right there.
Indeed it was. All right, so the Vero offense back out on the field. 5.5 to go, second quarter. Vero's got all 3 timeouts, leading 27-8. This one will start from the 24. Twin receivers on either side. Looking to pass. White looking for a receiver downfield. And now flag's going to come in late. Boy, are they going to get a hold? They were looking for Melbourne tracking downfield, and
he reached back and grabbed his jersey.
The defender did reach and grab him. And I will say this. There was no way Melbourne was going to catch that ball. And I get the high school rule, Gary, but I think that's one thing they probably should change if it's uncatchable.
You heard me say this a long time ago, that if it's not a catchable ball, how do you call a penalty then on something of that nature? That ball was 10 yards over his head but he got held. He got held up early, and that may have been what slowed it down. That could have been.
Yeah, it just looked like with the situation, like the flag coming out late, he was looking at the later hold, not the early hold, but that's fine. And look, I'm not trying to be against Vero. Obviously, want to be for Vero, but I agree for the fairness of the game.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, we finally got him to roll outside and throw it away.
Right. So the ball will move up to the 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10. Two-by-two set up for receivers for the Indians on 1st down and 10. Hillsman in the backfield. Now Wood's going to come. Now he's a fake. White going to try to keep it and will only get about maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, that was a good surge that time by their defense. And, again, it was one of those fake, like you're handing the ball off, and then the quarterback takes and runs with it. But it was a good job by the defense to stuff that one out.
2nd and 9 coming up for Vero Beach as the clock continues to wind here in the late part of the second quarter. 4.5 to go. Woods in motion. Play action. White looking to throw. He's going to fire downfield. He's got a receiver. It's caught. Turning upfield is Melbourne.
Wow.
And that's a big 1st down.
He came from the slot side of the right side of the field, inside all the way across. The quarterback rolled to his left, and threw that beautiful throw. It's an over route. He came from one side to the other. What a throw, what a catch, what a big play.
A great call to move the chains. Another is Tom Collins Insurance and Frank Stawara for your insurance needs, as now Vero Beach has the ball at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. 3:45 and counting, second quarter. 27-8 lead, Vero Beach. Trips to the right side. Single receiver on the left. Hillsman set up left side of White in the backfield. White, again, looking to throw. He was looking on that left side, now flushed out of the pocket, trying to turn it upfield to get something out of the play. And we'll get a couple of yards.
Yeah, I think what he was looking for that on the left side over there to see who would be open on that play. I think he was looking for Jarvis Jacobs, and he got up, and when he took off and ran, when he got up, he talked to Jacobs about it may have been his fault or whose fault, but it doesn't matter. It's 2nd and 10.
Indians content to let this clock continue to roll here as it's 2:50 and counting. On 2nd and 10, we'll see trips on the right side again. Roll to that right side, firing, and over the head of the receiver. I'm not sure there was going to be a whole lot there as Marcus Melbourne could not catch that one, a little over his head.
That was a little bit of a rollout to a quick out. I mean, he had a quick out there. He just threw it high. How important is this series right here? I like the idea that if we can go down and score, we get the ball to start the second half with.
Clock will stop on the incomplete at 2:39. Vero looking at 3rd and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line. White, he's looking to throw again. Pressure, fires, looking for a receiver, and it's intercepted. Return, boy, he's bobbling the ball like crazy, but still on his feet. And the return will get to about the 25-yard line and a turnover for the Indians on the interception.
That's his 6th interception of the season. And again, he had an open receiver. He just threw it high, overthrew his receiver on that play there. They had like a seam route coming down the seam, and he just overthrew, and the defender back there was able to jump up and grab it.
So the reception or the interception is Zion Gilbert.
Just a sophomore.
Trying to give his Blue Devils a little helping hand here as they're down 27-8. Got 2:26 to go. Blue Devils are out of timeouts.
Blue Devils take over 1st and 10.
Mitchell gonna hand off. Arnold trying to get to the left edge, and nothing there as the Vero Beach defense strings it out.
And a flag on the play. Holding against the Blue Devils.
Well, that will back them up.
If they lost a yard or two, you may decline it, but I don't.
So that's the 7th penalty, or they have 7 penalties for 65 yards.
They're going to go ahead and take it.
3 of those have been holding penalties tonight.
They want to get the chains moved back on them here. Back them up.
Yeah, so now you're looking at good 1st and 20, maybe 22.
I would say you're pretty close.
Now taking quite a bit of time to get this play here. The Blue Devils don't seem to have any sense of urgency as the clock is ticking here with 1:47 and counting.
Well, I think they don't
play clock's now inside 10.
Yeah, I don't think they want to give the ball back to Vero real quick.
Pass underneath, turns it upfield. They'll get the penalty yardage back to the original line of scrimmage for 3rd down and 10.
Good play, good call. Take a little chunk at a time, not try to take it all. Here's what you don't want to give up here is a big play. Don't give them a big play here at the end of the first half when you got a shot at getting the ball back the second half. When you get it back the second half.
Correction, I said 3rd down, and it's actually 2nd down and 10.
Dr. Golson and Ms. Daniels report to the 50-yard line. Thank you.
2nd and 10. Mitchell's looking to throw. Swing pass right side. It's caught. Turn it upfield. Get to the, the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
3rd down and about 4.
Fabian Townsend had a nice tackle there.
Oh, false start. Now going to move backwards now 5.
Yep.
So now you're looking at a 3rd and 9 now for the Blue Devils. Clock's at 1:11. Blue Devils do not have any timeouts remaining. Whereas Vero has all 3.
And again, you don't want to give up a big play. That's the last thing Vero can want to do here is have one of those big home runs.
Receiver in motion. 3rd down and 8. Trying to set up a screen underneath, and it's going to fall incomplete as Vero had it well covered.
There was nobody open on that. He wisely threw that ball in the ground.
Incomplete. Clock stops at 45 seconds, and it's 4th down. We'll see the punt unit for the Blue Devils come out on the field.
And this young man, last time he punted, he had a nice punt, one-handed grab.
Yeah.
And then punted the ball about 40 yards.
Waiting for the snap. The snap is there. Punt is away. Nice spiral punt. It's going to be caught. Townsend trying to get to the right edge, looking for a couple of blocks. Turns it upfield. He's at midfield. And a nice return, Travion Townsend.
Absolutely. You got 33 seconds. You got all your 3 timeouts. You're on their side of the field. It's a good opportunity to get some points here if you can.
Stop made by
43-yard line of Pahokee is where Vero Beach will have the ball. You got 33 seconds, all 3 timeouts if you want to use them. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Jay calls up here, see if he'll actually try to run some plays here or just take a knee and go to the locker room with the lead.
I think if you can get 20 yards, you may have a shot at a field goal.
Twin receivers on either side. 1st and 10 from the 43. And Pahokee just jumped across the line. And we're going to see 1st and 5 now for Vero.
Offside against the Blue Devils. 1st and 5 for the Indians.
That's the way you like to move down the field, Gary. No time off the clock. White waits for the snap. Play action. He's looking to throw. Pressured out of the pocket. Trying to get out of one defender. Now still on his feet. Looking. He's going to fire downfield. Finds a receiver around the 12-yard line. That's Woods, who gets to the 10.
And they're going to run the clock. They got to call timeout, Vero.
Yeah, I think they just did. Stopped it at 18 seconds there. What an impressive move by E.J. White. And how about the blockers, Gary? I mean, they could have easily gotten a penalty there, but no flags.
Well, they did not go downfield. They stayed back with their quarterback.
Right.
And they were fighting for him because he was scrambling all over. And a good job. And finding the open receiver was just, I'm looking all around. And you say, wow, who's he going to throw it to?
And he found Woods. He bought just enough times, and Woods came back to him and found him around the 12-yard line, and Woods turns it upfield and puts it at the 10-yard line where he's tackled. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And that brings us to a red zone warning brought to you by Hummingbird Care Services. And Vero Beach with a chance with 18.9 seconds remaining to see if they can get one more score on the board before halftime.
It would be so neat to do it because then you get the ball back to start the second half. And you've heard Coach talk about that. The last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half sometimes can make the difference of a game.
So an opportunity here now for Vero Beach at 1st and goal from the 10. Indians will bring the offensive unit out on the field with 2 receivers on the left side, 2 receivers on the right side. Hillsman's in the backfield, set up on the right side.
Just outside the 10. It looks like they can get a first down at the 1 foot line.
Indeed. White looking to throw. Swing pass. Oh, my goodness. Hillsman on the wheel route was there. Looked like Jonathan may have slowed down just a touch.
Well, I think he's got to time it. It's a timing throw. He's turning the side. He was wide open. That's a touchdown. That was a touchdown if he could have got the ball to him. I think what he did anticipated too much throw up front on that play. That's 3 times we've missed on that little swing route.
2nd down. Clock stopped at 15.2. White going to hand off Hillsman. Hillsman stumbles a little bit. Timeout will be called after the run play. Stops it at 10 seconds. And now Vero looking at third down. Ball will be around the 6-yard line, I believe.
I like the call because you're anticipating they're thinking pass, and you're thinking if you can get your back up past the linebackers, then you got a shot of getting a ball into the end zone. He just stumbled there as he was going through the line and fell forward, and it now brings up a third down. And
it's almost third and goal. I mean, by the time they get the first down, they're probably scoring a touchdown. It's that close.
It is close,
right? I believe this field is not marked very well. I believe we're on the 7-yard line.
Here's the thing: do you take the 2 downs and try to go in, or if you don't get it here, do you kick a field goal?
It's a good question, Gary. I think it'll be interesting to see on this play call to see. I anticipate we're going to run here. And if we don't get it, then I think we'll take our last time out and kick a field goal. Or try.
Try, yeah.
So third down, ball at the 7. And now we're going to line up with 2 backs in the backfield.
One of them's going to go in motion.
And neither one of them are wearing 55.
No.
Looking for another pass setup. White fires. It's caught, I believe. No, they're going to say incomplete. Would have been at the 1-yard line. We would have had to burn the last time out. It would have been an interesting decision there. Now, with the incomplete, Coach Jay going to send out the field goal unit.
And this is the right call, because you want to take some points into the halftime, and you get, again, as I said before, we get the ball to start the third quarter.
So Riley Swanson, he's only had 1 field goal try this season, and that was from 34 yards.
This will be about a 25-yarder.
Hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. Swanson adds 3 points with a 25-yard field goal and turns it into a 30-8 lead for Vero Beach. We just got 1.6 seconds left here on the clock before we get to halftime here. So we'll get a kickoff here, Gary, and I think, would we see a squib here?
No. Oh, yeah. Bounce it around, absolutely. You don't want to give these guys anything where they can line up and get a line of blockers for them out there. You want to kick that ball, bounce it around, make somebody touch it, and let the clock go out.
So the Indians able to seize an opportunity here late in the first half of play and finish off with a 25-yard field goal. Extend the lead to 30-8 with 1.6 remaining before we get to halftime. Coming up, we'll have the Genesis Church of Vero Beach halftime show featuring women of the Fighting Indians with host Bobby Paris. That'll be coming up here in just a minute. And Maller's going to squib this one down the field. Takes a few bounces. And good coverage by Vero Beach as time will wind down. And that will do it for the first half of play. And Vero Beach started with a defensive score to get things going. Let's go down and check in with Matt, who's got Coach Jay.
Coach, 30-8 against Pahokee. Your thoughts in that first half?
It was a good first half. Obviously, there's always going to be some things that we got to get cleaned up. You know, a couple balls didn't bounce our way to give them a couple opportunities. But I thought the defense responded very well and doing some good things on offense, mixing it up. They're a tough team. They got some really good players. So we got to, we get to open and kickoff in the second half and see what we can do.
All right, thanks, Coach. All right, back to you guys.
Vero Beach leads 30-8 here as we head into halftime. Paul Tipton along with Gary Parrish. Thanks for joining us here. We'll head to our halftime show
featured by women of the Fighting Indians with host Bobby Paris. This is Fighting Indians football.
Hello, I'm Derek, the senior pastor of the Genesis Church of Vero Beach.
And I am Ryan, the voice of Genesis Church of Vero Beach.
We would like to invite you to...
Wait a minute, I should do this because I'm the voice.
Then you go right ahead, Ryan.
I will. I would like to invite you to join us on Sunday mornings at 10:15 a.m. for worship at our new location.
It's at 3660 16th Street, right beside Rosewood Magnet School and right across the street from Leisure Square Recreation Center, right here in Vero Beach.
Hey, I was going to say that before you interrupted me.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Please continue.
At Genesis Church, we love Jesus and we love people, so we hope you come join us this Sunday at 10:15 a.m.
The Genesis Church of Vero Beach, a place of love where honest men are known, unafraid to love the hardest heart of stone.
You talk too much.
Thanks, Ryan.
Stick with me, kids. Stick with me.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians halftime show, brought to you by Genesis Church of Vero Beach. Here's your host, Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians. I'm Bobby Paris, and I have the privilege of interviewing the moms of our senior varsity football players. My guest this evening is the adorable Courtney Council. Courtney is the mom to Riley Swanson, number 41. Riley is the Indians place kicker who is responsible for kickoffs, extra points, and field goals. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're going to let you tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I was born in Plymouth, Massachusetts. You can basically call me a pilgrim. That's what I tell my students. I've lived in Florida for about 30 years, which it doesn't feel that long, but when I think about the sweating I've done, it definitely does. I attended school in Coral Springs. Go Colts. We weren't as cool as the Fighting Indians, but I think we were a close second. And then I did all my college online because I got married and had a blended family, and that was as good as I could get, was doing it in my living room. So a little stressful, a couple hiccups on the way, but I did it, and now I'm teaching third grade at the amazing Palm Point. I have 5 kiddos. Tyler is 20. Nick is 20. Riley, the kicker, number 41, is 17. Trevor is 16. And Caitlin is 15. And then I am married to the amazing Andrew Council. He is a detective sergeant. Yes, so we have very different jobs. He's more of the reprimanding side of enforcing the law, and I'm more of the fun and the giggles side. And that kind of translates into our home as well. And as far as my interests, I would say, I don't know that I've had a lot of time to have interests raising 5 kids, so I would say carpool was an interest for a long time, and I was really great at it. But when I was growing up, I was raised around sports. My dad loved sports. He was an avid bowler, which you don't really see as much anymore, but he actually won a color TV. Oh my God. Yeah, he had a 300 game.
Awesome.
I know, I'm a terrible bowler. I can't even break 100, so I'm not sure. But I actually played football in high school too, but flag football. And I was pretty amazing.
Were you a kicker?
I was not a kicker, but I think I could have done it.
Maybe offense, a little offense. And
I think I could have done offense.
Okay.
I caught the ball, and that was what was important.
Well, there you go. That was offense.
Yes.
Okay, Courtney. You are extremely busy. You've got a house full of teenagers, so you must be cooking a lot of food.
I'm cooking so much food, I don't know what to do with myself. My grocery bill is astronomical.
I told my husband the other day, I am glad I am not feeding these football players today. It's bad enough just he and I. You teach school. You have this huge family. Football games and everything else that they cram in between starting school in September and December for keeping your household together.
I have a color-coded calendar where I put my husband in, I think, peace blue. I'm purple, and things we do together are green. And I just add every event, and it alerts me. Because before I did that, I would miss appointments that I made.
That's funny.
Yeah, but only my own appointments, never the kiddos.
That is such a third grade organized teacher color-coded calendar. I love it. All righty. Well, that's good. And the cell phones. We have to give cell phones,
yes.
And, their kick. How long has Riley been playing football?
Not as long as everybody thinks. Riley played soccer. I have been a soccer mom through and through. And I would say maybe 2.5. It might have been 3 years ago because I think he hopped on mid-season. He came home and said, I'm going to kick for the football team. And I was absolutely shocked. And what I've learned is I know nothing about football. Yeah. I thought I was really great at it. I never know what's going on. But I think he's been on a team 2.5 years.
Well, and I think most of our kickers that you see, even in the pros, kick soccer style.
Absolutely.
So that's what you want. I mean, and so that just kind of comes natural to him. But you know what? I get the football thing. I've been married for 56 years to this. That's all we did was football. And I still, when they have a penalty, I'm like, what? Where was the holding? What? Okay. Anyway, holding what?
Yeah.
But
I thought the first down marker was a ribbon. Oh. And I thought the two guys with the down, what's that called? The flag?
Yeah, the flag. The chains.
I thought they were holding the ribbon. I thought, how does nobody trip on the ribbon? I was younger then. My husband said it was just last week, but it wasn't. I was like 12.
I love it. I was about like that because I had 4 sisters in my family. 56 years to learn some.
Hello, I'm Derek, the senior pastor of the Genesis Church of Vero Beach.
And I am Ryan, the voice of Genesis Church of Vero Beach.
We would like to invite you to...
Wait a minute, I should do this piece. I'm the voice.
Then you go right ahead, Ryan.
I will. I would like to invite you to join us on Sunday mornings at 10:15 a.m. for worship at our new location.
It's at 3660 16th Street, right by the beach.
Hey, I was going to say that before you interrupted me.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Please continue.
At Genesis Church, we love Jesus and we love people. So we hope you come join us this Sunday at 10:15 a.m.
The Genesis Church of Vero Beach, a place of love where honest men are known, unafraid to love the hardest part of stuff.
Supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or MolinaryPools.com.
The Fighting Indians Halftime Show is brought to you by Genesis Church of Vero Beach. Once again, Bobby Paris.
My guest this evening is the adorable Courtney Council. Courtney is the mom to Riley Swanson, number 41. As a teacher, I think you can appreciate this, and that is student athlete, with student being number 1. So tell me how Riley is in the classroom.
Can I say comical?
Yes.
Oh, because no.
And every teacher would understand.
Yeah, he is a comical guy. I will say I've seen such a vast improvement in Riley's academics since he came to Vero. He holds himself to a higher caliber here, but I truly believe it's because the coaches hold them to a higher caliber. So it's not so much he doesn't want to disappoint mom or dad at home. Mm-hmm. He certainly doesn't want to disappoint that coach.
Yeah. Our coach is real. I know that this is Riley's first year here. He transferred. So tell me what you basically did, but tell me what you think about this athletic program.
I will never forget when I came to the orientation. I left and I called my husband and I said, we 100% made the best decision we could. I was so overwhelmed by the coaches speaking. I loved that he said he holds the player accountable for their communication. Mm-hmm. It's not mommy's calling to tell me you're going to miss practice, like you're communicating. The booster club, amazing. Riley comes home and he has dinners. I'm like, give me a bite of that dinner. Like, what are we doing? He has spaghetti and meatballs. Like, who made you spaghetti and meatballs? Carrabba's.
I know it.
The chicken sandwich he had the other day was delightful. I'm like, let me have a bite. But the way they treat these players is just absolutely amazing. You don't see it in other schools.
When you are in the stands and Riley is getting ready to kick, what are your feelings?
I've almost brought a barf bag like that they give you on an airplane, because that's the exact emotions I have. And I will be 1,000% honest. 9 times out of 10, I don't watch. I set up my camera to record and I turn my head. Being a kicker mom is not for the weak. If you make it, you're great. If you don't, who are you blaming?
That's right. I had a kicker, and I'm telling you, they're either the scapegoat or the hero. Does he talk about the football game very much or his performance when he's home?
So he'll normally come home and come right in my room because, of course, we beat him. My husband will chime in with the critiques because he's played 0 minutes of football in his career, so I'm not sure where he comes off with that.
Armchair quarterback.
Right. But Riley's very reflective in a very positive way, but I think it's because he has great coaches, he has great trainers, and I think that they've really instilled in him, like, just like I do in my classroom. Practice makes progress, not perfection. And you can't go out there and make every kick, but you gotta give it your best effort and reflect on what maybe didn't go great. And I think he's amazing at that.
What would be your advice for raising a successful child?
I have 2. My first is accountability. Riley has to be accountable for how he behaves, but I have to be accountable for how I raise him. And the second is communication. I go out of my way to every day reach out to Riley, like, how are you? I love you. How are things? Are you feeling good? Just because depression and anxiety and stress, if we think that's real in adult life, it's real in my 3rd graders. It's real in a kindergartner when they have to get dropped off. And you can't expect your children to talk to you. You have to open up those lines of communication. And I just think that's the utmost importance.
So, okay, Courtney, you can have a Courtney day just for you. What does that look like?
It looks like no kids because I have enough of that. No cell phone. A beautiful lake, a comfy chair, a fleece blanket, and my absolute favorite book. And I'll throw in a hot chocolate in there.
That's right. Who would you like to give a shout out to?
I would like to give a shout out to my amazing 3rd graders at Palm Point. I actually have 2 classes this year. I teach just reading and writing. So I have an amazing 41 students who are the biggest Vero fans ever. Never watched a game. I keep trying to get them to watch it on YouTube, but a lot of 3rd graders are not allowed on YouTube. No. But they are big fans, and I just want to tell them, shoot for the stars because you can make it.
That's right. I think that's great. Maybe we'll get some of them in the future. You never know. Okay, Courtney, what a pleasure talking with you and getting to know you and your family just a little bit better. And we will be watching number 41 as he helps his team to a successful season. And I know that you all will be in the stands as the 12th man in the huddle, loud and proud. And as we end this by saying, go Fighting Indians!
Hello, I'm Derek, the senior pastor of the Genesis Church of Vero Beach.
And I am Ryan, the voice of Genesis Church of Vero Beach.
We would like to invite you to...
Wait a minute, I should do this because I'm the voice.
Then you go right ahead, Ryan.
I will. I would like to invite you to join us on Sunday mornings at 10:15 a.m. for worship at our new location.
It's at 3660 16th Street, right beside Rosewood Magnet School and right across the street from Leisure Square Recreation Center, right here in Vero Beach.
Hey, I was going to say that before you interrupted me.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Please continue.
At Genesis Church, we love Jesus and we love people, so we hope you come join us this Sunday at 10:15 a.m.
The Genesis Church of Vero Beach, a place of love where honest men are known, unafraid to love the hardest heart of stone.
You talk too much.
Thanks, Ryan.
Stick with me, kids. Stick with me.
Linus Cadillac Buick GMC of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac Buick GMC fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2, late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1, Vero Beach, LinusCadillac.com.
The nonprofit Mental Health Association in Indian River County offers free walk-in screenings. No appointment is needed. Check out their other services at mhairc.org or walk in at 820 37th Place, Vero Beach, because it's okay to get help. The McCall Agency, Inc. owner is a 4th-generation Vero Beach resident and big supporter of the community and the Fighting Indians. The McCall Agency, Inc. is an independent agency and broker whose motto is securing your future one policy at a time. To learn more about personal, commercial, life, or health insurance services, Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856 or McCallagencyinc.com.
The Fighting Indians Halftime Show is brought to you by Genesis Church of Vero Beach. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Yeah, we are here at Anquan Bolden Stadium, here home of Pahokee High School, and the Blue Devils find themselves down to Vero Beach right now with a score of 30-8, Gary, and it has been an interesting ball game, to say the least. If you're a Vero fan, you're loving this, especially when the defense got things started off with the strip sack and a score.
Every coach, the coach's defense, that's what they dream for. They get their athletes, the kids love to get their opportunity to score, make a big play. That's what your defense is. And Bill Mata has got his defense, and I think ever since that opening game with the Galley, after that, they've clicked, and they've done a great job. And again, we've won all the games before, but you like to see your defense starting to, is to start getting their best game yet, and they haven't climbed that mark yet. I think they got one coming.
Well, we know one thing about Pahokee is, one, they're not going to quit. Two, they're very capable of, we've already seen in the first half, of explosive plays. So that's got to definitely be some of the conversation in the locker room, is like, let's keep it going, just be mindful of the explosive plays. Let's check in with the guys who were with the team in the locker room. Let's start with Derek. Derek, you got a team defense that got things started off with the strip sack and a score by Malachi Reed. What was the message in the locker room?
Well, very similar to what you were just saying just a few seconds ago, guys. These guys have some explosive athletes. So the phrase he used was relentless fury. I want to see relentless fury in the second half and finish the job. These guys can get back in it, but we've got to stay within our assignments. And, again, their running back's capable of busting some things, and they're even capable of busting a play over our heads, as we saw in that first half. So relentless fury needs to be the message in the second half to finish the job.
Absolutely. To Derek's point, so far on the ground, it is -9 yards for the Blue Devils. Through the air, it's 96 yards for a total of 87. They have had quite a few penalties. And really, out of that, 96 yards through the air, well, 80 of that came on one play. So really, the defense has been playing spectacular. We want to see them continue that through the first half of play. For the Vero offense, it's 276 yards of offense, and Matt, coach, had to be fairly pleased. We heard it before going to the locker room, but what was the message?
No, he was completely pleased with the team, and the message was one play at a time, guys. We're going to come out here, let's stay focused, let's not look at the scoreboard. We just do one play at a time. But he did say this. He goes, guys, I think we can tempo the Blue Devils, so watch for us to try to maybe this half keep that momentum going. Don't look at the score. Don't just try to play, hey, we got 30 a lead on these guys. Let's try to push it and keep the score going.
Let's take a look at the rest of the Durfee's Heating and Cooling first half stats for Vero Beach. 74 total on the ground, 6 for 40 for Hillsman, 9 for 34 for White. E.J. White, you just can't say enough about him playing quarterback in this situation this season. Again, coming up with some pretty good numbers, 11-19, 202 yards, and thrown a touchdown to Jarvis Jacobs. I mean, it's just been a good night. And Woods has got 3 for 73. Stinson's got 2 for 22. Melbourne 1 for 40. You got Jacobs 2 for 36 and a score. Hillsman 1 for 12. And Bansoff's got 1 for 12. So, again, Gary, spreading the ball around. You can't just key on one guy.
And that's been the pattern of this offense all year long. Each week there seems to be somebody that's got to be open or is going to be open on the coverages that we face. I like the balance. I like the running. I like the passing right now. And I like the idea that we scored that field goal at the end of the first half, and now we get the ball to start off here the second half with a possession right here. So to me, this is an important down. You want to take the wind out of the sail, you got to go down and score right now. If they can stop you and come up with a decent field position, they're going to have some momentum going with them.
All right, well, we'll step aside. We'll come back, get the second half underway. Vero Beach leading 30-8 here at Pahokee Field. We'll have more right after this.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone. From barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Hi, Vero Beach. I'm Frank Storer from Tom Collins Insurance. Born and raised right here and a former Fighting Indian, I'm very proud to support this team and this great community. Tom Collins Insurance has been locally owned and operated right here since 1989. We are Vero. For all your insurance needs, my number is 772-778-9222. Go Indians.
Back here at Anquan Bolden Stadium. This is the home of the Pahokee Blue Devils. Devils coming in here 6-1. Vero Beach coming in here 7-0, and currently about to get started with the third quarter. Vero Beach leading 30-8. Gary, kind of interested. Your thoughts on this first half of play?
It's kind of like you don't know what to expect, Paul. You don't know if you're going to come out and you're going to see a team that's going to be go stride for stride with you, and are you going to be able to outplay this team? And we saw it right away that right off the bat when our defense was able to strip sack, pick, and recover the ball in the end zone. Defense is fired up. Defense has only given up the 8 points here in the first half. And the offense has done exactly with every possession. I believe they've scored. So I like to think we could do the same thing in the second half here. I think it's the one thing you want to get to, if you can, is to get to the running clock.
Yeah.
And and again, that's not as easy as it's all said. But this first possession is very important, I think, for the Indians to be able to get this game in hand and keep it. Set it up for the potential running clock.
I agree, Gary. I think if Vero Beach can take this opening possession of the third quarter and go down and get a touchdown, I think that could potentially take all the momentum away from Pahokee at this point. And maybe, I won't say they will quit, but I think it's just going to make it so much harder for them. And Vero Beach then can basically start working towards the next week, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you want to play everybody you possibly can, and you want to have injuries to allow guys to heal up, and we've got some injured players that need to be.
We do
some opportunities. This is one of those games that can be where we would have the opportunity to run the score up a little bit and play a lot of kids.
Well, and you're right. And then we've also got, what's next on the agenda. We've got Treasure Coast next week on the road, a key district game. Vero Beach can win. If they can win that game, then they've got the district title. I mean, right now, they've got enough of a power ranking that they're assured their spot in the playoffs as far as being in it. But, if they can get the district title, then that just, that's another goal in mind, and you can achieve that goal with a win next week.
Yeah, that's big, and again, if we beat Centennial and we beat Central, so again, next week is a big district game. We don't have to worry about it, even if they upset us. We just got to play and beat them. But this is a game that I really wanted to measure ourselves in 7 games into the season.
So the kickoff is going to go high. It is returnable at the 10-yard line. Townsend up the lane, shakes a few tackles. Townsend working his way towards midfield, and a nice return. Travion Townsend showing the speed.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity for him. Townsend really was looking for some blocks, and it was in the middle of the field, and they gave him a lane. Now, sometimes you can bounce that lane to the outside and get down there, but he had to stay in the middle, but he got excellent field position, and they're marking it on the 48-yard line of Vero Beach.
So the Indians, good field position to get things started off here in this third quarter, leading 30-8. And as mentioned, next week, Vero Beach on the road for the second straight week will take on Treasure Coast Titans, and that will be at South County Stadium. Kickoff time is at 7 o'clock. And love to have you there. If not, obviously you can listen to it on Christian FM. You can watch it on our YouTube channel, Vero Nation Network. Our pregame coverage begins at 6 p.m. with Countdown to Kickoff presented by Caps Pizza. First down and 10 now for Vero Beach. White, play action, setting up a screen underneath.
And that will turn into some positive yards. Good 4 yards for Vero Beach, almost 5.
Try to get Stinson that screen out there, and again, they've seen it a few times, and Stinson makes a couple good moves and picks up about 4 yards on that play. But again, it's one of those screen plays, a little. You say hurry up. Sometimes we talk about the rhythm, get the game, line up there, and don't let them take it. Call a play and get it ran.
Now give them 4, 2nd and 6. White looking to throw out of the pocket now. Jump pass, finds Stinson. Zay, and he lost the ball. Picked up by Pahokee, returned to the 45-yard line of Vero Beach.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to start with. It was a nice play by the quarterback, and he jump passes to get the ball to Stinson, and Stinson's such a sure-hand receiver, catches it, and he's going down. He makes a move, and when he makes that move, the defender stripped the ball out of his hand.
So the Blue Devils with a takeaway and a return that puts them at the Vero Beach 44, 1st down and 10. Blue Devils switching some personnel. One receiver on the left, one on the right. Trying to go off the right side, and that receiver falls. It wouldn't have been caught anyway. It was well out of bounds as Mitchell's pass off the mark.
Well, what he did was he had a great move. He made like he's going deep, stopped, and did a comeback, but he wasn't even close to the receiver. The throw by Mitchell was high and over his head.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Defense has been playing stellar tonight for Vero Beach. They've got a takeaway that produced a score. They had a short field situation off of a kickoff return and forced a turnover on downs. And now here they are again trying to see if they can keep the Blue Devils from capitalizing on a mistake by the offense. Handoff off the right side. Flag comes in. This looks like that area of holding as the Blue Devils get to the 40-yard line. Check that penalty here in just a sec.
You got Malachi Reed, Bobby Burbick, Ryan Hendrickson, and Malachi Reed, Also, you got, I'm trying to get the other, that's Bobby Burdick on both sides. Malachi Reed on one side, Bobby Burdick, and then there's big Josiah.
Taylor,
the big guy, is in there. He's having some fun out there.
So it is a holding against Pahokee, and that will send the Blue Devils back to their side of the 50 to the 46-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and 20.
Oh, wide
pass
open.
Wide open on this receiver screen over there, and turns it upfield, gets the penalty yardage back, and maybe about +2.
Yeah, there was nobody out there in that flats. That was just a guy, either the linebacker, they're looking back and talking to each other. It's either the safety's got to go, somebody's got to come and pick him up. He was in the flats wide open on that play.
So it brings up a 3rd down and 7. Mitchell steps, fires, and did he catch it or did he trap it? No signal yet. They're going to say incomplete. He trapped it.
Yeah, that's a good call, Paul. I couldn't tell from there. So now it brings up 4th down, and they're going to go for it here. But he was wide open, the receiver. It was a low throw ball, and I think you saw it best when you saw it. You said it was a trap. Good eyes.
So 4th down and 7.
What scared me was how wide open he was.
Indeed, that's twice now. There's two different sides of the field, but 2 wide open receivers. Mitchell pressured out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. What a good job as Coach Mata pulls out a blitz, and the Indians get to him.
That was Ryan Hendrickson was the first one to get up there and made that hit. Ryan Hendrickson and rest of the line too, but Ryan was the first one I think and made contact in there. So they're going to get the ball back, the Indians, at
Second time, Gary.
Yeah.
Second time now after a mistake by Vero Beach and gives Pahokee short yardage situation, and the defense has stepped up twice now to force turnover on downs.
Yeah, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot up in the fact that they're having a lot of penalties out here against them in this game. They've been a little less disciplined than I think what Coach Lamons would want them to be.
Indians will have it up at their own 48-yard line. Scores 38-3. Vero Beach on top. We're at 9:45 left in the third quarter. Vero Beach had the ball to start the third quarter. A fumble gave the Blue Devils the ball, but the defense for Vero comes up stellar and now gives the ball back to the offensive unit. First down and 10. Twin receivers on either side. Keeper by White, looking for a lane. White will get a good 5 yards out of that run.
Yeah, again, just one of those reads where you fake that handoff to the running back going in motion in front of you, and then you run in behind. Your receiver comes in motion, you fake the handoff, you follow your running back up in there, and he picks up about 6-7 yards on that play.
It's going to be a second down and 4 after the 6-yard gain by E.J. White. Again, Indians going that 2-by-2 set on the receivers. Hillsman's in the backfield. EJ looking to throw. Fires. Got it a receiver. Boy, what a great job to hang on to that pass as contact came almost at the same time.
I believe that was Stinson that caught it, and that was a first down right there. That was a nice catch right in there. Boom.
Well, first down Indians, just like Frank Stewart and Tom Collins Insurance with protection that works. 8.5 to go, third quarter. Vero's leading 30-8. They've got a first down as they move into Blue Devil territory. Ball at the 43. Tight formation on the left side for the Indians. Little shuffle pass around the right side for Woods. He's got a few blocks. Woods trying to get to the edge. He'll get another first down and about 3 more yards.
Beautiful little shuffle pass as you go by. Woods is quick and fast. Gets out there, little shuffle pass, gets that first down.
Move the chains as we hit 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And the Indians methodically moving down the field. Just inside the 30-yard line, first down and 10. Receiver in motion to the right side. White, pressure coming. He's got to get rid of it. Now he shakes off the tackle, looking downfield. Shakes off another tackle, but finally the third Blue Devil in the backfield takes him down.
Yeah, he's creative, and that one he should have taken off and run, because he's just scrambling around, and the defenders finally caught up with the big guys up front. But in that case, when he first spun, he should have looked for an open lane and tried to get as much as he possibly could.
Pretty big loss there on that sack. It's going to back up the Indians now on a second down and about 17. EJ looking to throw again. Looking, fires downfield. He's got an open receiver. Woods is on the right side, and he's got the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Wow, again, that's that corner route or crossing route, but it goes like a corner, and he was wide open to find Woods. He's not his primary receiver to begin with. That's his secondary receiver.
Well, with that, we get to 6.5 in the quarter. It's an official timeout for water break. Vero Beach leading 30-8.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Caribbean Lawn and Landscaping.
Welcome back to Anquan Bolden Stadium here at Pahokee High School. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Vero's leading 30-8, coming off of a water break timeout. And the Indians with a nice pass from E.J. White to Trey Woods. And the Indians went from a disastrous play where E.J. got sacked, made it a second down and 17, to where now it's first down and 10, really first and goal at the 10.
Yeah, that's a great job of being able to scramble and being able to find somebody like your open receiver with whether it's Woods, whether it's anybody that gets out there on that thing. He does a great job finding them.
Trips on the left side, single receiver on the right. Handoff, Hillsman up the gut. Hillsman pushing towards the 5-yard line. Second and goal.
Stop made by host of Blue Devils. Second down and goal.
Jonathan Hillsman getting a carry on first and goal from the 10. Gets it close to the 5-yard line. Second and goal for Vero. As the Indians looking to see if they can extend their 30-8 lead here midway through the third. And now timeout's going to have to be taken by Vero Beach to talk some things over. We got 5:37 left in the third quarter. Vero Beach on top.
Linus Cadillac Buick GMC of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac Buick GMC fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2, late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1, Vero Beach, LinusCadillac.com.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Vero took a timeout there to talk some things over after a first and goal play from the 10. Hillsman runs, gets nearly 5 yards. It's second and goal near the 5-yard line. Got to talk some things over, GP.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in a play they like, get the right formation, get the right guys in there, this is a big possession right here.
One receiver split out wide to the left side is Stinson. Tight formation on the right side of the line. White rolls out right, looking, fires, has his receiver in the end zone, touchdown.
Is that Banzaf, or is that, I'm trying to see who that is?
Burbick coming in. How about that, Mr. Tight End?
Mr. Tight End, Bobby Berwick. You think he's not happy? Holy crud, that's a great call, great catch, and a great throw. Wow, Bobby Burbick, who's a defensive lineman, who's already got a sack tonight and a tackle for a loss, a couple of them, he gets his touchdown.
Well done, well done. Last week we saw Champ Smith, our offensive tackle, get a couple of chances to run in a touchdown, and now Bobby Burbick playing a little tight end gets his opportunity and gets his first touchdown of the season. And Swanson puts it through the uprights and makes it 37-8.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242. A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
8 plays, 52 yards, and Bobby Burbick coming off the line as a tight end. Gets into the end zone, gets the touchdown. E.J. White was 5 for 5 for 52 yards and a score on that drive.
37-8 now, the lead for Vero Beach as that ball bouncing around again on the kickoff, collected by Pahokee, and good coverage. How about tracking that one down from behind? And that is Micah Roberts.
Yeah. He ran that guy down on that one. Beautiful job.
So the Blue Devils now 37-8. And that scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency, Gary. You got 5:20 left in this third quarter. Pahokee's now in a very serious hole.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big score. That's a huge score. You never say never that you can't ever, but that pushed them back now. They got to have 4 touchdowns.
That's tough at any level.
Yeah.
Any level.
Yeah.
So the Blue Devils will bring their offensive unit back out, starting from their own 18-yard line. Little toss right for Arnold. Arnold has been bottled up most of the night. Only gets a couple of yards out of that one.
Yeah, good job. Again, the guys talking. Lockhart is in at linebacker there, came over with Bobby Burbick and made that helped make that tackle on that play, pick up about 3 yards.
4 yards, brings up 2nd down and 6.
So looking at a 2nd and 7 now for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils will shift some personnel around from the right side to the left. Play clock's inside 10 seconds. Handoff going up the middle.
Little counter,
and that was exactly what the Blue Devils needed there as they got a nice big run and a first down.
You got an injured Indian on the field right there, but it was a fake toss to the running back to the outside, and then the other running back or receiver came up, and you got a handoff there. A counter play there for them.
One of our guys is down on the field right now, being attended to by AJ. Vero Beach next week on the road to take on Treasure Coast. Last district game of the season for the Fighting Indians. In fact, there's only 2 games remaining on the schedule. Treasure Coast, and then home on October 30th. It's a Thursday night to take on Somerset Academy back at the Citrus Bowl to round out the regular season. And then after that, it's a week off in the first week of November as the FHSAA has put in an extra week, and they call it the Hurricane Week. You're going to see a number of schools actually have already had to look at, not because obviously of hurricanes, but because of weather, have had to shift their schedules around and use that Hurricane Week to get some games in, because with strength of schedule, then obviously for districts, you got to make sure that you get your right games in so that, it's important for the seeding. As I believe that was that Micah Roberts? That was, yeah.
Yeah, he was
good to see him get up and run.
He jogged off the field.
But Gary, it's good to see the state trying to make some changes, and they put in this extra week.
Great.
Yeah,
but it also gives you an extra. If you don't have, if you made all your games.
Vero has no problem with this. That's just going to be an extra bye week. So the Blue Devils get a new set of downs. And now, official on the sideline is stopping play. Now they'll wind it up.
Amazing.
As we're working our way towards 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Trips to the left side for the Blue Devils. Mitchell. He's got time. He's going to wind up and let it fly way downfield and airmails it over everybody. Blue Devil receiver looking for a flag, thought he was held. No flag.
Townsend was deep, and it's good. He's got tremendous speed to get down there.
How about Duke Phillip?
Yeah, Duke was
he was down there too.
Down there too, and again, you've got to be careful. Jaden Haywood did a good job. He had him in underneath, and they had him on top with Townsend.
All right, they're going to bunch
A 3-receiver set on the right side, single on the left. Mitchell out of the pocket, looking to run. Cuts it back up the middle of the field. He was going to slide. Got a little tagged while he was sliding. No flag. Well, here comes a late flag now.
They're going to give it on the young man that stood over there and yelled at the official, unsportsmanlike conduct. What he was arguing with, that the quarterback went to a slide and he got hit as he was going down. That was his argument, but it was all boom, boom.
Yeah.
That's what the...
Well,
now they're going to...
if this is against the Blue Devils, which we think it is, that's really going to back them up here, especially if it's unsportsmanlike.
And again, I think what they're doing is they're now asking for an opinion. Now, his flag, if he threw the flag, I thought he threw the unsportsmanlike conduct on the player because he was screaming and yelling at him. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah,
again.
It's going to go against the Pahokee Blue Devils.
Yeah.
And with that, they're now at 100 yards worth of penalty yardage tonight. Coach Lamont has just got to be beside himself because, you know, it's hard enough to play against good teams, but when you have that much penalty yardage, Gary, I mean, that's the length of the football field now.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're right.
You're basically just giving the team a touchdown.
And that's shooting yourself in the foot.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time.
I'll tell you, last week we played a game with Cincinnati. UCF did.
Mm-hmm.
We had 10 penalties. 10 penalties in that game.
Wow.
And when you lose a game 20-11, you're sitting there and you got you got all these penalties and you keep shooting yourself in the foot, and you had more offense. UCF had more offense than Cincinnati, but because of penalties. Here, the same thing is happening. This team tonight, Pahokee, is literally shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties. But these officials are now talking, and again, you know, they've already moved the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to change it. I think he just wanted an explanation. Coach Lamont's wanted an explanation of, you know, what happened there.
I think he's trying to save the player from being thrown out of the game.
You could be right.
That's what I think he was doing. He was trying to save because if he's thrown out, he's out for 2 games or so. I don't remember how the ruling is.
Yeah, I don't know. It used to be it was like an automatic 6 weeks, but I think now you can appeal and.
But they left him in the game.
Well, that's good. I mean, part of this is just it's the frustration of, you know, your team's not winning and whatnot, and, you know, give a little bit of grace and latitude sometimes. Mitchell looking to throw on, and he's got a receiver, but he airmails it. He was looking over on that left side.
And see, Lance Stone drifted back at linebacker to be in that area. So now he had to throw it a little higher, and he went overthrew everybody.
Fourth down now for the Blue Devils. A little bit of an implosion going on right now with the team. And for Vero, keep it going. If you're a Vero fan, you're just like, keep it going, guys.
Absolutely.
37-8. Vero Beach will have an opportunity to get another possession here in this third quarter. They started the quarter with the possession, but a fumble gave it to Pahokee. But defensively, we stepped up and kept the Blue Devils from scoring. As this punt, end over end, caught around the 35-yard line. Townsend trying to get around, and he is just covered up by blue shirts.
Well, the hardest thing you can do when you have a ball punted to your sideline, to the other, then try to run to the other sideline.
Yeah.
The coverage may have been to the right, but the ball was way over here to the left.
Yeah.
And he had to go 50 yards to try to get around.
And he didn't get there.
He didn't get there.
So they'll spot it at the Vero 34-yard line. 2:55 to go, third quarter. This will be the third possession of the quarter for the Fighting Indians, who lead 37-8. Indians will line up again, 2-by-2 receiver set, one back in the backfield. White's looking to throw on first down. Over the middle, ball up in the air, and it's intercepted. Deflected off of our own receiver, and it turns into an interception.
Yeah, the ball was thrown just a little high again. It bounced off the receiver's hand, and then Decurion Jones comes up with the interception for his team.
And that will put the Blue Devils at the Vero 40-yard line, I believe, or right around the 41. Actually, it'll be the 42-yard line on the plus side. And so the offensive unit now has got a chance here to get back out on the field and see if they can fix some of their mistakes that they've had so far in this ball game. Particularly, they got to get mentally right.
Yeah, I that play there, he was trying to hit I don't know if it was a drag across the middle or a dig across the middle, but it went high and went over. It touched his hands. He couldn't get it, bring it down.
Mitchell's looking to throw, swing pass right side, and that was a short hop. Yeah, that was a short hop. Incomplete. Brings up second down. 2:43, third quarter. 37-8 the score. Vero Beach leading. This Tuesday night, Gary and I will join Coach Janowski, Coach's Corner at Cap's Pizza. We get things rolling at 6 p.m. Come on down, join us. Love to have you there, be a part of the show.
That's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun and good food.
We'll have our Scott Sporting Good players of the game. And on second down, Mitchell winds up, finds a receiver over the middle of the field, caught about 8-9 yards downfield. Ball is loose, but I think they're going to rule him down. And it'll bring up a third and short for Pahokee.
Good throw, good protection that time by their offensive line, allowing him to get the ball to the wide receiver there. And I believe that
Yeah, they're going to give him a first down, Gary.
Yeah, they did. I think his momentum had stopped right there at that point.
At the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. 4 receivers set up on the right side. Screen pass for Arnold. Arnold turns it upfield. Arnold trying to get some positive yardage here. And we'll get inside the 25-yard line to about the 22.
Yeah, there was a holding call there the officials did not call on Lance Stone. He went around the guy, and he got his jersey grabbed by the guy that he went around, and they didn't see it, the officials. So, I mean, they give and they take.
8 yards. It's second down and 2. Again, empty backfield. They're going to set up over on the left side now. Fake. Mitchell tried to keep, and that was not a good idea as 3 white shirts were waiting for him.
They're giving him a good mark, though. I thought he never made it back to the line of scrimmage, but.
So it'll be third down. Looks like almost 3. No, actually, it won't be. It'll actually be 2. .42 seconds left in this third quarter.
They better be.
Yeah, they need 10 seconds on the play clock.
They called timeout.
Timeout's going to be taken by the Blue Devils here. And
timeout, Blue Devils.
So Vero Beach is going to be looking at another defensive stand here, Gary. They've already done it twice tonight. Turnover on downs happened early in the ball game in the second quarter where Reed got a sack. Then in the third quarter, after our fumble, Hendrickson comes up with a sack and turnover on downs on both cases. So defense gearing up here. They've been down this road a couple times already.
Yeah, they have been. And again, here it is. It's third down, I believe, isn't it? And again, this is definitely 4-down territory, and you're going to be going for it. And again, they're trying to find some kind of momentum, and they still got it. We still got a
whole quarter,
a whole quarter to go to. It seems like we've been out here forever tonight.
I know. It was a 6:30 kickoff. It felt like it was an 8 o'clock kickoff. Seems like forever here. All right, so it's 3rd down and 2. Mitchell under center. Turns, play action, looking to throw, fires. He's got a receiver in the area. Caught! Lawrence, touchdown.
That was a beautiful throw and a beautiful catch, and I felt bad for the receiver, the defender rather, trying to cover that, and that was just on the money. On the money, he had plenty of time. He had protection. The receiver runs a beautiful route, goes inside, then comes back outside with it, and it just kind of turned the defender around a little, and he made the catch.
So the Blue Devils are going to go for 2. It's 37-14. Toss, left side. And he did not get it. So the Blue Devils get on the board one more time, but Vero Beach still holding on to a lead here, 37-14. We still got 22 seconds to go here before we finish out this third quarter. And for the Blue Devils, they capitalize on a mistake by Vero Beach. It was an interception off a deflection off of one of our receivers, and basically a tip drill for one of the defenders. Interception, and sets the Blue Devils up at our 42-yard line. And after a couple of penalties and a couple of plays, a little play action, and Xavier Mitchell finds Antone Lawrence from 22 yards and puts it in the bucket for the score. And that scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency. As the Blue Devils get set to kick off. Will they try an onside kick here? Nope, they're going to go high, deep, but returnable from the 10, 15, 20, 25. Boy, it looked like a clothesline there.
That's Townsend, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's, boy, I don't know if he did tweak his ankle or something, but he is down on the turf at the moment.
I hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah, I believe so, Gary. Let's check in with Matt.
Hey, guys, as a quarterback, there's no adage you have, and it's you never underthrow a long pass and you never overthrow a short pass. And we've seen that with EJ a few times this year on some of his interceptions. It's been just that. But, again, you're talking about a wide receiver committed to Florida State playing outstanding as our quarterback. So it's a good teaching moment over here on the sideline.
Indeed. Well, they're taking care of Townsend right now. AJ is treating him.
I was impressed with Mitchell's throw.
Yeah, it was a good throw.
He threw that. That was a great route the receiver ran. And just come in, boom, backed out. And Xavier Mitchell laid that ball right out there, and it was a well-thrown ball. So it's good to see great athletes. I'm glad we're ahead, though.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
But it's this is a city that has always had, fantastic football players.
Indeed. This whole area, I mean, it's been well documented years ago with Sports Illustrated and ESPN about the per capita of players coming out of here into the NFL. First down and 10 for Vero. From the 29, pass by White is caught.
Little stick route, I believe that's Banzaf.
And that's Banzaf over there. And
just boom, take your 6 yards. Take what's given to you. That's 6 yards right there. That's now you only got to get 4 to get the first down.
And that'll do it for the third quarter here as Vero Beach leading over the Pahokee Blue Devils 37-14. This is Fighting Indians football.
Hi, JW here from Barker Air Conditioning and Heating, serving the Indian River County area since 1959 and supporting Fighting Indians sports for decades. We're known for being HVAC specialists for installation and service. Local, licensed, and insured, Barker is a trained comfort specialist that services all makes and models. BarkerAC.com.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Got engaged tonight.
We're at Anquan Bolden Stadium, home of the Pahokee Blue Devils. Paul, Gary, Derek, Matt, Rocky here tonight for Week 9 of high school football. Matches up the Pahokee Blue Devils hosting your Vero Beach Fighting Indians as we enter into the fourth quarter. Vero Beach leading 37-14, and Vero Beach has got the ball. Nice catch by Austin Banzoff, and we have got a 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Fighting Indians as they've got the ball.
I believe it's 2nd down.
Indeed, it is 2nd down. Trips on the left side. Handoff off that left side. And get a couple of yards out of it. Turn it into 3rd down.
That's Helsman on the carry right up there. They did a good job. They shoot that gap quick. You can watch their defensive linemen. They're doing a 3-down lineman and possibly a walk-up on the 4th on the outside, but those 3 guys up front are quick.
Little tempo. Keeper by White off the right side. And Indians surge for a 1st down past the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good push that time behind Corbin Phillips. Quentin Dames, left guard. David Mason at right guard. Good job allowing them to get up and get that 1st down.
That's a 1st down for Vero Beach, thanks to Frank Sawar and Tom Collins Insurance coverage on the field and off. As the Fighting Indians now just content to move the ball ahead past the 40 to the 41-yard line. Let the clock continue to roll here. Just see how much time you can take off on each play. Play clock inside 10 seconds. White, keeper off the right side, looking for some blocks. Turns it upfield, has a lane, off to the races. He will not be caught. E.J. White scores it.
Well, I tell you what, welcome to athleticism at its best. When you have E.J. White, great job blocking by Dave Mason on the right guard, Champ Smith on the right tackle out there, and the receiver, Xavier Stinson did a great job blocking, and when he hit that hole, he was gone. That was just great, beautiful blocking, and an athlete showing his best.
60-yard run by E.J. White. Adds another touchdown on the board for the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Now waiting for Riley Swanson. He boots it through. It is 44-14 here in the fourth quarter.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of the Fighting Indians.
The McCall Agency, Inc. owner is a 4th-generation Vero Beach resident and big supporter of the community and the Fighting Indians. The McCall Agency, Inc. is an independent agency and broker whose motto is securing your future one policy at a time. To learn more about personal, commercial, life, or health insurance services, Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856 or McCallagencyinc.com.
How about 4 plays, 72 yards? E.J. White using his legs this time for 60 yards. And it makes it 44-14 now. Vero Beach extending the lead. And that is the McCall Insurance Agency scoring drive. Maurer kicks this one off. It's going to go deep. Good 6-7 yards in. And Pahokee will start from their own 20. How about the athleticism of E.J. White, Gary?
Can't say enough, my man. Can't say enough. Here's a young man in the first game of the season was playing wide receiver and had a couple nice catches in that first game in the first quarter. And then what happens then? His buddy Mons gets hurt, and all of a sudden now we need the backup quarterback, a wide receiver, come in and play quarterback. You had no clue because he had not done a lot of quarterbacking since his freshman year. And all of a sudden, what a year this young man has had. Now, he's had some interceptions. Some of it have been his fault. Some of it have been drop ball or mishandled balls that have gotten in a catch. But he's having a fantastic year.
On first down, Mitchell rolls out right, looking downfield. He has to pump. Now he's working his way back to the left, and pressure comes. He still finds a way to get the ball off, but it will fall incomplete as the Indians with relentless aggression.
Yeah, he lucky. That ball was, if he'd have caught it, he would have lost about 4 yards, but he was an incomplete, so he goes back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down. Indians will be on the road again next week, taking on Treasure Coast Titans. Be the final district matchup for Vero Beach. A win, and it is a district title for Vero Beach. Blue Devils on second down and 10. Going to have 3 receivers on the left. Over the middle. Pass incomplete as receiver and quarterback not quite on the same page.
Yeah, he was open, the receiver, but the quarterback wasn't on the right page with him. And so it was right in between two. They're playing a zone coverage out there, right in between it. And the ball was just behind him, and he had no chance to catch that.
Third down and 10. Blue Devils will line up with 3 receivers on the right side. Mitchell looking to throw. Pressure coming, and he goes down with another big sack. Josiah Taylor in the backfield.
Josiah, the big guy, came in and just slammed him to the ground. That's a great job. Wow. That's his second
sack tonight.
Yeah, fourth down.
Clock continues to roll here, 9:42 and counting, fourth quarter. Punt time now for the Blue Devils. Good to see. It looks like Townsend's back there deep again, so able to get that that cramp worked out from earlier. Melbourne back there as well. And now a flag's going to come in. Did we get? Was it an illegal substitution?
Yeah, too many men on the field.
Yeah.
He gave him a chance to get off, and then when they get ready, he said, nope, got to throw the flag.
So that'll back the Blue Devils up to where now your punter is standing about 3 yards deep into his own end zone.
Should get good field position here. He's kicking into the wind.
Pretty good punt, goes end over end. It's going to take a big bop, but it is picked up by Melbourne. Melbourne trying to find a lane, and he'll just move it ahead about maybe 3 or 4 yards on the return.
I'm not sure he didn't think that ball was touched by one of the, and I think that's why he picked it up.
Yeah, good call then. Yeah.
He saw the ball bounce, and it may have hit one of our guys. I'll go down the sideline. Matt, did you see anything like that?
Exactly how you called it. It hit one of our guys, and he could not let it go. That was a great job by Melbourne of seeing that and then fielding it like a shortstop and picking something up out of it.
8 minutes, 40 seconds to go, fourth quarter. We'll see Kaler come in here. Looks like E.J. White, his day is done. And Landon Kaler will take over the offensive unit. Not a bad time to do it, starting from the plus 40.
I think he's got 12 men on somebody.
Is it Pahokee or is it Vero Beach? It's Pahokee.
How do you get? Yeah, they're trying to rotate bodies and they're trying to get people in there. But when you go in, somebody's got to come out.
So 1st and 5. Ball at the 35-yard line now. Kaler gonna hand off. And Chase Dagbolin will get a handoff.
They get back to the line of scrimmage there.
2nd and 5 coming up for Vero Beach, as the Indians certainly are very content to just let this clock tick with a 44-14 lead. Single receiver on either side. Kaler going to hand off Dagbolin off the right side, and Dagbolin pushing his way for about a 6-yard run, and that will be enough for a first down.
Absolutely. Good job. Oh, my goodness. Chase Dagbolin. Thank you.
Dadgummit, Gary.
Dagbolin. Made a great run there by Chase.
So that's a first down, Gary.
Yeah, that's your boy Frank Stawara at Tom Collins Insurance.
There you go. 7.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. If you haven't seen the score, you can tell by the way these commentators are talking that Vero is winning, and they're winning big. We're having fun. 1st and 10. Kaler's going to hand off again. Not really much going on that. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's it. You know, you got a whole new bunch of linemen down there. Shadrach Washington's down there. You have Jonathan Darnell's down there on the thing. Cooper Bechtel is on the right tackle, and then you've got Eli Rojas is down on the line, and then you have and Dale Mason's out there. So you got all new linemen. That's a whole new line group right there. And we'll work on the receivers in a minute.
2nd down and 10 from the 30. Another handoff. Dagbolin shakes off one tackle, pushes his way. Man, using some strength in those legs. And it will be about a 3-yard gain, maybe 4.
Yeah, Landon is not asked to throw the ball here. He's just asked to hand the ball off. You got Woods still out there. Stinson's still out there.
Last week, Gary, Landon got into the game and the running clock situation and still went 4 for 4.
There you go. And you got Banzap also out there. They call a water timeout.
With 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Vero Beach leading 44-14.
Christian FM is supported by Caribbean Lawn and Landscaping Incorporated, providing licensed and insured services in Vero Beach since 1991. Their services include lawn care, landscape design, irrigation, pest and termite control, mosquito misting systems, and seasonal preparation. Caribbean Lawn and Landscaping takes pride in always keeping your property looking its best. 772-569-8680 or CaribbeanLawn.com.
Hi, Vero Beach. I'm Frank Stawara from Tom Collins Insurance. Born and raised right here in a former fighting Indian, I'm very proud to support this team and this great community. Tom Collins Insurance has been locally owned and operated right here since 1989. We are Vero. For all your insurance needs, my number is 772-778-9222. Go Indians.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by HBS Glass.
Back here at Anquan Bolden Stadium, Vero Beach leading over Pahokee 44-14, coming out of our water break. And the Indians looking at a 3rd down and 8. They're going to have trips on the right side. Kaler, he's going to look to throw, receiver screen underneath, and Woods didn't hang on to it. It'll fall incomplete, which is probably the better thing anyway, Gary, because I don't think that play was going to go anywhere.
I don't think it was going anywhere either. It was a screen pass to the right side, and the defense has seen it a few times, and they saw him coming back.
The clock will stop on the incomplete at 5:47, and now it's 4th down. And are we going to punt?
I think
we're
we're
going to try a field goal. All right. Jay Maurer.
This will be about a 44.
This will be his first attempt this season. And looking at a 44-yarder. It looks like it's got distance. Does it have the angle? It does. Maurer with the 44-yard field goal adds 3 points on it.
That's amazing. Oh, my goodness. He's our punter. And then he comes in and hits a 44-yard field goal.
Wow.
Wow, is right.
Makes that now 47-14. And Vero Beach with the second unit out there able to put some points on the board, Gary. That's got to feel good for those guys.
Absolutely. I love it. I think it's great. I mean, you got yourself in a position, and he had to win behind his back then when he got out there to kick it. And but I've not seen him kick an extra field goal this year. So
no, that was his first attempt.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the first attempt for Jay Maurer. Riley Swanson got one earlier from 34 yards, and that was his second attempt. So you got Riley Swanson, who's 2 for 2 on field goals, and now you got Jay Maurer, who's 1 for 1.
That's good. That is fun. I'm glad to see the young man get in there. Maurer is, to get a chance to be able to kick one up in there. That's good. He's a senior. I like it.
Gary, what's fun to watch is sometimes you go out to practice and watch those two guys just work on their kicking. They've got a coach with them that's been working with them on their kicking, and I mean, very precise how they work on this. I mean, it's just kind of fun to watch sometimes. Kickoff's going to go high, and it's returnable at the 1. To the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and that's where the Blue Devils will set up shop.
Yeah, you go down on kickoff, and then you want to stay in your lanes, and then you break down. You make him come to you, and once you get there, you don't try to go and knock him out. They say it's what we were taught, not to never knock him out. But that's a good return there. Made the first guy miss, and then he was able to pick up about 20 yards.
Let's go down to Derek.
Guys, when you get into a championship kind of a mentality towards the end of the year, it's really important for our defensive guys to play well. And I think Ryan Hendrickson and some of those guys have really seized the opportunities here in the second half. Just some great efforts from our defense in the second half.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Derek. I thought that whole defensive line played just an outstanding job.
First down and 10 for Pahokee. Screen pass. Left side. And again, good pursuit. That'll be a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, that ball was almost a lateral, and it could have been very close to a lateral.
So it'll be a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. As we hit 5 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Vero Beach leading 47-14. On 2nd and 11, a little mix-up in the backfield, whether it was going to be a handoff or not, and it will be pretty much a no gain on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11.
And I believe the new quarterback is Kamari Foreman, who's a wide receiver. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Get him in the game as their quarterback. And, again, everybody's getting a chance to play. This does nothing but help Pahokee in their standings, playing a team that's in the top 2 teams in the Class 7A, and you're in the rural division. This is a bonus for them to play against Vero Beach.
4 receiver set on 3rd and 11. It's going to be another handoff. A good job getting in the backfield.
Flag on the play.
And there's a late flag coming in.
It's got to be holding.
If it is, we'll decline this, obviously, and push them to fourth down.
I agree. Make them punt. It's been all Vero Beach tonight. 3:59 left to go in the game, Paul, and it's been all Vero Beach tonight from the opening series.
You know, Gary, we haven't really had time to really talk about this a whole lot. Is what the playoff picture, if you will, is starting to become a little clearer. Right now, you've got Vero Beach by the power rankings leads Class 7A overall, and we're definitely number one in our bracket. We'll come back to that here as we watch fourth down. A punt for the Blue Devils, end over end punt. Indians will just let that ball roll away, and it'll be downed around the 35-yard line. What's really interesting right now, Gary, is what's on path right now. If Vero Beach obviously wins next week, they will earn the district title. Now they're secure into the playoffs. Same thing will be true for Dr. Phillips. But then you've got the other two districts. There's some interesting scenarios there. There could be a potential because both districts, they still got at least two district games to play. And this could end up in both districts being a three-way tie, and they'll have to play a tiebreaker probably on a Monday.
Absolutely, and that's when you did that scenario to me this morning, I'm going, oh, boy. I'm glad we're not in that position right now. I'm glad that we can wrap ours up next week.
Indeed, but right now, as it stands, Vero Beach would lead the region. Now, this is the top seed. Dr. Phillips would be number 2. Jupiter could be number 3 with Fort Pierce Central at the 4th seed. There's a bad snap there, and Dagbolin just has to take a knee on that one. But you got East Ridge, St. Cloud, Palm Beach Central, Lake Nona. That could potentially be, the bottom part of your bracket, Gary. But, again, there could be a lot of shifting here over the next 2 weeks, depending on what happens in those two respective districts that feature both St. Cloud, Lake Nona, Toho, and then you've also got Palm Beach Central, Palm Beach Lakes, and Jupiter that could all end up in a three-way tie. Handoff going to go off the left side on second down. And not much there as the Indians just trying to let this clock roll as much as possible here with 2:35 to go.
Yeah, that's the main thing is take your time. Don't hurry up to hand the ball off. Let it work down 40 seconds for you. I wouldn't hand this thing off until about 8 seconds, 2:08 or 2:05, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I think that's what Lenny's looking at over there, trying to give him the signal when to do it.
There's the 10-second mark. They take the snap. What a pass by Kaler. Finds his receiver over on the far side.
That's Render.
And that will put us back to the initial line of scrimmage.
That's Dontellis Render, I think, made that catch.
Yep, Render with the catch. And it's fourth down now for Vero Beach. So, again, Gary, you can let this run down even if you wanted to take a delay of game or take a timeout here. You can just let this roll out all the way.
I think they're going to let Maurer kick the ball, punt the ball here.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, if you want to
you
could take there's the 10 seconds.
Second, yeah.
So you could potentially get this down to 1:15 if you like. Snap there to Maurer. Maurer gets a good punt away. Collected at the 30-yard line. 35, 40 to midfield at the Vero 40-yard line and out of bounds.
1 minute to go in the ball game. Vero Beach will take on Treasure Coast next week with an 8-0 record and going down to Treasure Coast for that final district game, Paul. That's going to be a big game. They're having a bad season, but you never take them for granted.
No, you can't. I mean, they lost to Fort Pierce Central the other night, and They're still mathematically in it, but it is a huge long shot right now. Huge long shot. 60 seconds to go.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Foreman at quarterback for the Blue Devils. He wants to launch it downfield. He's got a receiver in the area, and it was nearly intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. Clock will stop at 52.
Yeah, he threw that up. He had a receiver down there and in the area, but the ball was knocked away. And again, Vero's just had a great night tonight. You can't say enough good things about them because they came here and did their job.
They did.
This is a very tough program to come in and play, and in this environment here, and Vero has showed they can play.
2nd down and 10. Another launch downfield by Foreman, and a good job coverage of just getting in the way. The ball will fall incomplete, and there's 44 seconds to go on 3rd down and 10. Hey, don't forget, coming up at the end of this ball game, we'll have our Roy Bell Grading Services post-game show. Get a chance to talk to one of our coaches. We'll get our Scott Sporting Good players of the game and our Midas of Vero Beach play of the game. So start thinking about it, Gary.
Yeah, that was Kenneth Danzy on that one that made the big defensive play.
3rd and 10. Pahokee's going to line up 3 receivers on the right, single to the left. Foreman giving some signals to his receivers on the right side. He's going to look for a receiver, and it's intercepted. Going the other direction. Could be a pick 6. Are we going to see it? Yes, indeed, we will. Vero Beach, 2nd unit, gets into the end zone with the pick 6.
Hudson McLaughlin.
Wow.
Hudson McLaughlin is literally waiting on that thing back there, and he picks it off. He eyes the quarterback. He looks back. He's got deep. He times it, and Hudson McLaughlin, 11th grader, and getting a chance as a backup to make a big scoring play.
And with that, it goes right into the running clock. So that's going to do it for the ball game. I don't even know if they're going to try or want to kick a PAT, and that makes the final score 53-14. Vero Beach travels and makes a statement tonight here in Week 9 of high school football. Stick around, folks. We got our post-game show coming up. This is Fighting Indians football.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Linus Cadillac Buick GMC of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac Buick GMC fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2, late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1, Vero Beach, LinusCadillac.com. Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizzas, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians postgame show, presented by Roy Bell Grading Services.
Well, Vero Beach, wow, what a way to end the ball game. 2nd unit defense, and McLaughlin gets a pick 6. How about that? Makes it 53-14 win for Vero Beach. Welcome to the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show. I'm Paul and Gary. And I believe in a minute we're going to head down to the field. Actually, Matt's ready right now. So let's send it down to the field. Matt's got Coach Mata.
Coach Monty, you come into the Muck City, you come into Pahokee, you know they got athleticism. How about your defense starting the game with a touchdown, ending the game with a touchdown?
That's a pretty poetic thing, isn't it? You got to love that. We planned it that way, of course.
Yeah, always. You start off, you got a great with Haywood coming in, getting the sack, Malachi getting the touchdown, and your defensive line coach tonight really stepped up.
Absolutely. The Lions is just our foundation for sure, and we win and lose with those guys every day. I mean, and we work with them. They pursued excellent. Pahokee, we were worried about some of their little gimmick plays, their shifts. Boys handled it all really well. I'm really proud of them and the way they played and the effort that they gave.
They certainly did, Coach. And not only was it your offensive line, but your defensive line, but overall, the linebackers were able to get to the guys, and your secondary, keeping them for the most part pretty in check.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had a little snafu with our defensive backs. We had a couple guys injured. We had a guy step in, a younger player. Did an excellent job for us. Had a little hiccup and still shook it off and went back out there and kept playing, with a short memory, which is what you got to do. It's just the next play mentality, and he had that. And it really matured him tonight. We're real pleased with that, and he earned the right to play. And I'm glad he had that opportunity. I really am. So, and it ended well for us anyhow. But I think the boys overall, we really have emphasized pursuing and team defense, and it showed up tonight. They're hungry for the ball, and they all want to be around it.
They certainly did. Coach, they say the money down's that third down, and it was at one point in the game, I think Pahokee was 0 for 5 or 0 for 6 on third downs, while Vero was just the opposite. We were 3 or 4 for 4 on third down.
No, it's a good stat. I got no comment. That speaks for itself, I think, right?
It certainly does. There was one point in the game, the quarterback, he went to do something, and it seemed like the right side of the line hit him. I know the quarterback looked and went, which one hit me? All of them. Pursuit, Coach.
Well, that quarterback's a nifty dude. I mean, we knew he was going to be real elusive. We worked a little bit of that scramble drill this week. We emphasized it. We talked to him about it, and he still was able to extend some plays. It's unbelievable how he got out of a few tackles, and again, we just kept after it. And I didn't see anybody, even though they missed and whiffed, they still continue to get back in the game. I love that. No standing around.
Hey, Coach, how about your kicker not giving up on the play, stopping it, and then you guys stopped the 4 downs?
That's it. I gave him a 6-point play for that, and then I don't know, it was last week or the week before they were running one back that he tackled again. He's in my opinion, he scored 12 points for us, by saving touchdowns.
Absolutely. But Coach, congratulations. Oh, they already got the score off the scoreboard. We're away, boy. They get it down there. Yeah, whatever it is to do. Congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Well, that is Coach Mata, our defensive coordinator for the Vero Beach Fighting Indians defense, and what a night it was. Way to end it, bookend with a defensive score to start, defensive score to finish things, and what a night it was. We'll get back to our Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show. Vero Beach wins tonight 53-14. We'll have more right after this.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians postgame show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Back here for the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show. Vero Beach wins tonight 53-14. Let's go down to the field, check in with Derek with our Scott supporting good players of the game.
Down here with Jonathan Hillsman. Jonathan, I thought that we came in tonight, we were worried about Pahokee, but we were able to do the job, particularly on offense.
Coach Jay had some great plays. The O-line did that thing. And the things that we messed up on every play after every possession, we went back, looked at it, and fixed it. And that's what made us do what we did today.
Absolutely. Now, when we're clicking like we're clicking on offense, how much does that help your game?
It just make everything so smooth, and we just look like a very complete offense.
Absolutely. It has to feel good to get a win over a team with a lot of athletes like Pahokee has.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. How does this game help you for the rest of the season?
It just helps us in every game, just helps us prepare in a better way for the playoffs and just every game that we got next.
Absolutely. Well, go celebrate with your teammates. Thank you. That was Jonathan Hilsman, guys, down here with our defensive player of the game. We got my friend Josiah Taylor. Josiah, you had a great game. You got a big smile on your face. Talk to us about your play tonight.
I did good. I had me one sack with my fellow brothers, D-line members, and it felt good. It was like my first sack in a little while.
Absolutely. Now, it has to be good when your brothers on the defensive side of the ball account for 2 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Hey, I'm telling you, 11th grade year, I might get me a touchdown play.
We hope that you do get a touchdown play. But how does a game like this and a performance on defense really help you guys for the rest of the year?
We just came to dominate. We was missing Crutch and Bass, but we still had to move on without my brothers, and we had to dominate.
Absolutely. Last night we talked about being more than conquerors. You remember that? We talked about being more than conquerors, and we were certainly that tonight. So go celebrate with your teammates. Congratulations.
Have a nice day, sir.
All right, you too. Back to you guys.
All right. I love it.
Well spoken, man.
I love it. I love the character.
I do
That's
too.
fun. That is fun. So we got Josiah Taylor. We got Jonathan Hilsman, our Scott Sportigood players of the game. And indeed, they did do a lot to help Vero Beach get a 53-14 win tonight over Pahokee. Gary, I have to say, I thought we could win this game. I even thought we could possibly win this game big, but I did not see that type of score, honestly.
No, you would have to be almost telling a big fib if you thought you were going to put that many points on them. I expected it to win. We were going to win. I thought by maybe 2 touchdowns and a field goal or something, but I didn't see this kind of a blowout in the game. I did not see it, and again, that's because I have a lot of respect for this group, the Blue Devils down here and their program. Now they moved to 6 or 7-2 or 6-2.
They were 6-1 coming in, so now they're 6-2. And I want to read something to you because this is the one that's really standing out to me. So we knew, when we were studying for this team and getting ready for this game, we were looking at some stats for Pahokee, and of course Sam Arnold's been having a really good season this year. He's pushing towards 1,000 yards on the season. They kept him bottled up tonight.
They did.
Yeah, he finished with 7 carries, 10 yards.
And he was coming in averaging 9.2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What a great job by that defense to take him out. Now, you had Mitchell, Xavier Mitchell, coming in. He's thrown for 1,200 yards and he's run for close to 400 or 500 yards on the season. And, tonight, Mitchell, 6 carries, minus 22 yards. Of course, he took several sacks and that counts against it, but still, minus 22 yards. And through the air tonight, he was only 4 of 7 for 96 yards.
And one of those was that 80-yard pass
right
in the first half, first quarter.
Right.
Boom. Right there. I mean, it's a great job. And Bill Mata had a reason to be happy with this unit.
100%.
100%. They gave up 31 points against the Galley in the beginning of the year, and it's been going like this all the way down.
Yep. And I think tonight, I'll say it. I think this was a statement game, because everybody in the state's going to be looking at the scores and they're going to go, whoa. 53-14. Vero must be playing some really good ball. And they're right. Vero is playing some really good ball. So 405 yards of total offense tonight for the Fighting Indians. And that doesn't even account for the 2 defensive scores.
Absolutely. That's great.
So, all right, Gary. So now we get to put this one behind us, and we start thinking about our next opponent, which is going to be Treasure Coast. Treasure Coast hasn't won a ball game so far this season. Had a tight one tonight with Centennial. I think Centennial won that 8-6, and they're trying, they're fighting, obviously, but you never know what can happen, especially when you're on the road and you go to Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, when you go down there, you got to come prepared to play the game. All right, we know that we played Centennial, and we knew what they can do, and we know what we followed the scores of the Treasure Coast. They're having an off year this year.
Yeah,
it's not the year that Coach Jones, Irvin Jones, has ever thought he would ever have a because he's been such a great program down there. They've been the one of the cream of the crop in that area for a few years, and they would challenge Vero Beach. It was a big challenge, Vero Beach or Treasure Coast, and so they're having an off year. And you got to compliment Lenny Janowski and his team, because Coach Jay has stayed focused with these guys every single week. And you've been out there. You go out there to practice, and you see what happens. And again, nothing's taken for granted. And they did not take this team for granted tonight. They came to play football.
Hey, I got to stop you for a second because, you helped coach the JV team. Your season finished this past Wednesday night. Hey, what a great season. You lost one game.
Yeah, we're happy. We're excited. Lance Roach is a fantastic JV head coach, and it's a pleasure for me to get out there as an older guy, to get out there and teach these kids how to run the routes and run the passing game for our program. And we've been blessed. And there's some really good kids that'll be coming up next year to the JV. Lenny let them stay down there. They're sophomores. They got to really work with us, and it was fun. It was a great year. Congratulations to all the JV team and the coaches.
All right, finally now, our Midas of Vero Beach play of the game. What are you going to go with?
It's the big run. I mean, when White broke out and took off, it was a statement he made. It was like, hey, I am all state. I'm one of the best quarterbacks in the state, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to go. Boom. The catches, there were some good catches out there, but there was nothing like that run that he electrified and his teammates and all like that. So, boom, that's my man, E.J. White.
That's pretty cool, and I don't disagree with you. You know what I would like to do is just to add an extra one on there?
Throw one a little bit.
Can I add one on there?
Yep.
I want to get McLaughlin with the pick six at the end.
Oh, wow. You know, Hudson is a great kid. He played JV ball for me last year with us on the JV team, and it's so good to see. We'll give him a shout-out. Hey, that's a good shout-out for him because it was a kid that got his glory, and he'll never forget it as long as he lives. And he's a junior this year, and when he graduates, he'll always have that memory, and they can talk about it from now on, and he'll have that behind with him.
All right. You ready to get to next week?
Yep.
All right. Tuesday night, Gary and I will be with Coach at Cap's Pizza for Coach's Corner at 6 p.m. Love to have you there, be a part of the show. It's going to be a good time. We'll have our Scott Sporting Good players there as well. It's going to be a good time. Hey, want to thank our executive producer of Christian FM Sports, John Hamilton. Thank our director and producer, Stephen Tipton. Ashton Curry helped us out tonight as well with the sound and everything. And want to thank Sebastian Bois. I want to thank Jeremy Femia. And also want to thank Rocky, who helped us out with stats tonight. We'll see you next week, Don. Bobby Paris, Derek West, Matt Paris, Gary Paris. I'm Paul Tipton. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. And as always, go Indians.